Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac 2. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull master. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
I seen it on the top 10. I seen it on the top 10 on Netflix.
Narrative on the nigga.
They be capping.
That's even cold. That's even worse narrative.
Hey, they tell me I ain't did my homework because I ain't watched a Tyler Perry flick. These niggas crazy.
He trying to bash Tyler Perry.
Hey, because that girl made them watch the movie. All of a sudden, I ain't doing homework.
Homework game up, bro.
That is crazy.
Who ain't seen the movie Straw in the Culture?
You know these
raise your hand up if you ain't seen it yet.
I was in Iraq because I ain't had time to watch no movie.
You could have
How
watched
you
it on
ain't
the
had
plane.
time, but your girl seen it?
I was in Iraq spinning blocks.
Oh, she seen it. How you ain't see it? Yeah.
Exactly. He can't.
Hey, shout out to the Iraq because I was out there on the south side. She watched it on the plane. I don't watch movies on the plane. I'm either reading a book or meditating or something.
You raw dog on the flight. Hey, this nigga's different.
Hey,
I'm reading. He for sure ain't meditating on the flight. Ain't nobody meditating on the flight. He's sleeping on the flight.
Hey, raw dog movement is the movement. 15-hour flight, no book,
That's
no
crazy.
music, no nothing. Just raw meditation.
Nigga looking forward.
Cap was a person, it'd be viral right now, bro. If Cap was a person.
Nigga stupid as hell.
Hey,
Y'all
but
know
hey,
what's
look,
going
before we
on.
start though, man.
He trying to
Hey,
sound too cool.
hey, let me give a shout out though to my homie from the West, man, Doughboy, man. Shout out his clothing line. Like we said, man, if y'all got anybody that got clothing line, man, we promote it, shoot it out. You know what I'm saying? You can check them out on Instagram, Doughboys. You know what I mean? Clothing. Check them out, fam. That's my homie from the West.
Shout out to Doughboys.
Hey,
Keep
hey,
doing your thing.
Shout out to them, but I ain't gonna lie, everybody ain't getting free promotion.
Man.
Nah, that's a fact. Y'all think short for that alley-oop, you know, it's paid promo over here, but tap in with the tap in. Unless you giving free merch, we gonna
That's
holler.
what, show him the merch he gave you, bro.
Hey, new era, I gotta holler at y'all too. Y'all outrageous for these shorts, cause I ain't gonna lie, like
How much they run you?
No, he wearing this hoochie short.
God.
I ain't even gonna say that. Excuse that. He wearing his little shorts. I don't like using that.
man, I'm looking in the camera. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers looking crazy on camera. Cuz what's up with them?
He know they. Hey, he pulled the 8 Mile. You know they gonna bleed him for the shorts, so he trying to have him bleed himself.
He got his rugged shorts on.
That's what I was getting at.
You
Yeah.
got his rugged. All you do is missing the white tee, homie.
Patch with the patch, you Raider down. You already know Long Beach Raiders. Shout out to the Long Beach
Nah,
Raiders.
New Era actually did their thing with that.
Hey, look, this the real patch too. This ain't the iron on. This that stitching.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's wild.
But yeah, man, I was out in the rack. The rack is
Yeah, how was that?
cracking.
How was that, bro?
We got to take a guy's trip to the rack.
What part?
like
What-
that.
Or we could take the ladies and just, spin them off real quick because the
Yeah,
rack is
Where's that?
it. The rack is it. I ain't gonna lie. The nightlife, it's not even close. Between Cali and Iraq, they blowing us out the water.
Man,
Easily. Like
Cali
blowing us out the water.
Cali trash.
bro.
But we
low-key.
can't even. You got to stop even comparing Cali because everywhere we go, it get blew out the water.
You gotta compare Cali because Cali was the mecca for the nightlife.
Yeah, key
but we
word
fell off.
was, yeah.
We like that bad bitch from high school, my nigga. Back
Who
in the
got
day,
fat.
we was lit. And now you kept them 20 years later. Then what happened? Shit, who know? Life be lifing.
Fell off like a bad batch of dope, huh?
Come on, what?
Nightlife out here for me is like if I just want to go out with the homies and that's just a time because you don't want to take all the homies to your house. Other than that, it's like, hey, you show up to a place and be like, why am I even here?
Yeah.
Like this ain't really lit like that. Unless it's just an event we all know everybody gonna be at.
Yeah,
but,
if it's like that's
but
what I'm
other than that, the regular nightlife out here,
It's got to be an outing, like an event, a game. Something got to be going on for you to go somewhere.
Major.
Yeah, otherwise
Hey.
just stepping out is not it, to be honest.
What I mean is, it gotta be the type where you out mingling with people that you ain't seen in a while.
It got to be
Or
like the
something
BT
that.
Awards
Yeah.
that just passed. You get what I'm saying? They got to be
Then
something big like
anywhere
that.
be fun.
Where everybody's going to be like, all right, for sure, we going to the BT Awards and things like that.
Or if it's something I'm supporting, somebody doing something, they got something going, pushing
fact.
something,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
But
when I say
other than that,
like them new era shorts my nigga got on right now. Man.
He trying to stretch him up.
Shout out to wifey for the shorts. But nah, when I say like lit, I don't even mean like ratchet. It's grown and sexy vibe. Like you don't get that out here in Cali for the certain age, demographic. They got a lot of grown and sexy vibes. I'm a big fan of listening bars. I don't like clubs. I don't like sections and all that other dumb shit. A good listening bar with a fire DJ, some good ambiance, sexy women, and some good drinks. Man, that's was the epitome of the shop. That's a vibe. I had two old fashions tonight.
Oh, okay. He finally broke it, huh?
I mean, only on vacation. I don't really drink here. I'll be locked in, but you know, you work hard, you play even harder.
Okay. Yeah. You said you was sliding through the hood and stuff like that. You was able to see some things?
Oh yeah, I went to 64th. I was over there in the old block. I went to 63rd, slid down they blocks, you know. I was finna go through like Young Money Hood. I was finna go through, matter of fact, I did wind up going over there to Lakeside, KTS Vaughn and them hood. Moms ironically stayed over there in that area near the lake. Lake Michigan is huge, by the way. It looked like the damn ocean. You don't even believe it's a lake. Like, bro, this is ocean. Like, stop playing. But yeah, Lakeside was cool. You know, Moms is from the rack, so she sent me all her old addresses of where she used to stay. So I bounced around.
Oh, that's cool.
Tapped in with some family out there. It was last minute. I didn't get to catch up with them, but on the next go around, I'm gonna try to tap in with them because our family is like low key disconnected. Like we got family all around the world and don't know none of them.
Yeah.
We just found out they even existed, so I'm trying to bridge the gap, especially for my kids, because me and bro, we always used to be on, Mom, man, where the fuck our cousins at? Like, where our family at? We got family where? Like, man, where they at? We trying to meet them, and it just never happened. Like, I got brothers on my dad's side I don't even know exist. Never met, never nothing. So the family is crazy, man. If you got a big family, just know you lucky, because I always had that disconnect as a kid, especially with homies on the block. They got big families. It's just me and bro outside thugging. We going to find our own family.
I know exactly what you mean, bro. That's why you start doing what you doing for that brotherhood, man.
That's facts. Some of that is a part of that. But yeah, I used to look at certain homies' family as like family. So like he said, outside of that, we had like maybe 2 or 3 people we called cousins. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, we didn't really have too much.
Hey, let me.
How was Harold's?
Harold's, I'm not gonna lie. Harold's was ass.
Damn.
Harold's was ass. But I think I got the wrong order too. I gotta go look into see who gave me that order with the extra mild sauce, because I didn't know what the mild sauce was.
It's like ketchup, huh?
It's like ketchup. So the whole bag, everything is in the bag, and they just dump hella mild sauce on it, and it's all drenched.
Nigga, nobody love ketchup more than this nigga.
Nah, but the mild sauce is like the watery sauce. So as soon as you dip a wing out, it's sauce everywhere. It's like, I wasn't impressed.
Hey, let me ask you this though: did you notice like the difference when you slid through the like the ghetto areas? Was it like a difference of how we look out here, how we living out here, than it is out there? Do it look like it's more vicious? Like
I see when I see, I ain't gonna go ahead.
No, actually, like, you know how our projects. Well, I'm gonna say in like Watts. Do you see like the difference of like, okay, it seemed unsafe over here, but over there, did it seem like
what you see is you start to see the difference in the people. The area, ironically, don't look that bad. Like if you over there on Old Block and 63rd,
you wouldn't even know you was over there,
because it's only like a long ass block or two, and you on 63rd. You go back, you on 64th. So it's like, it's crazy. Them niggas is like right here, they neighbors. You see hella big ass houses and all type of shit. Like, what the fuck? This the hood?
And they be having the nerve to talk about, I ain't even gonna say nothing bad about them, but how people be like, oh, Cali, how y'all gang banging in Cali.
Yeah.
What you can see from what I noticed is how niggas can get chipped out there easy. But at the same time, I feel like the projects out here is
grimier.
It looks grimier. Yes.
Yeah,
like that.
Watts
looks grimier for sure. Like, but the way they projects is set up, I didn't get to get the thorough breakdown inside and out.
Yeah.
But you can look inside and see, like, far as the difference of it. When you pull up and watch, you can get more lost in Watch than you would in there.
Especially the bounty hunters.
And you can feel when you in Watch, you like, it's grimy.
Yeah.
It's like when you go over there, it's a slow transition because you just see all hella white people. You be in the burbs, and all of a sudden you in the hood, and you just start seeing a gang of niggas. But the difference with Chicago is they used to have the high rises. So when they tore the Cabrini Greens down, they tore the Calumet buildings down, everybody spread out across the city. So that's how you get the beef. When niggas used to be cool when they was kids growing up and they family, then boom, the buildings get tore down. He gets sent to the west, he gets sent to the south. All of a sudden they join this gang, that gang. Now they beefing over dumb shit. You see how it play out. So You be in the hood, but it don't look like the hood. Like how they say Cali,
Yeah.
you might be in the 6-0s or something like, damn, this house is over here. Bam, get your ass chipped.
I know.
But
exactly.
Same thing over there.
It might be a little different, like you said, since they tore down the building. So a lot of that stuff might have changed a lot of it. But basically, you can go watch a old a King Von documentary, and you'll get into clear enough detail of what's going on.
My fault.
Nah, one thing I did notice in Chicago that caught my eye and even caught my girl eye, the interracial couple percentages is skyrocketed. I don't know what it is about the Chi. You're going to see somebody black with another race in the high percentages, male and female. I seen hella niggas with hella white girls.
You know why?
And not too many Asians, but maybe like some Hispanics, but hella white girls. I'm talking like the white girls that do Pilates and yoga and shit. They riding around with a nigga with dreads.
I got an answer for
30
that.
stick on him. I'm
I know
like,
why.
damn, why?
Because Tyler Perry is doing a bad job representing black women in the movie you didn't watch.
He couldn't wait to jump on that. You know, I think that's going on more so now worldwide. I just think besides like the ones that's in the homes that's really brought up to be dealt with and passed on to their families, I think a lot of people are interracial relationships are being more common than not. Because most people are tired of their own people.
Well, I see it promoted more on TV too, so I think it's like propaganda. Like when we see commercials, you'll see like a black father with a white woman. So I feel like now it's more acceptable. Rather when we were growing up, it's like don't bring that white devil home.
I ain't gonna lie,
Nah,
I
mom's
never
never
dealt
told
with
me
that.
that.
Yeah, I never dealt with that. Like,
You never dealt with that?
Mom's never told me
think
that.
Mom's never really cared about what I dealt with. Like if I was happy, then I think moms would look at it like that. But I think maybe in the back of her mind, she might be thinking a little bit like, yeah, you
Mom
probably could
told me
have.
she
You could,
can't use
my
your
mom-
home. Don't bring her home.
My moms don't do none of that.
That's
You know what I
what
mean?
you told me.
Surprisingly. I ain't gonna say surprised. I think moms would rather be my happiness overall. She gonna be more so, do you like her? That's gonna be the type of thing. That's gonna what it be.
And my mom's was never like that because shit, one of her best friends is, I think, half white and half Hispanic. So it's like
Facts.
one of my childhood friends,
She
best
damn near like an
friends,
auntie to us.
is like half
Yeah.
white, half Hispanic. We grew up around white people and shit like that. So
Yeah, that's rare.
moms never really had that. But I was just like, me and my girl was like, take a shot every time you see an interracial couple. So we walking downtown. I'm like, look, another one.
Max.
Look,
Wait,
another
hold
one.
on. You just told
Another
us you
one.
had
You
two
told two
drinks.
cousins.
No,
Yeah.
Nigga told on himself.
Yeah, he did.
They didn't let me finish.
Hey, no, bro.
They didn't let me
capping.
finish.
Hey, Viral, I'm on your ass.
You
man.
finna say, agree.
I'm sick of this shit.
He just said he had two drinks.
Hey, because he be getting bled. Listen,
This nigga said he had two drinks. Now every time we see an interracial couple, take a shot.
he didn't let me
Which one is
finish.
it? Go ahead.
A hypothetical shot.
All right.
A hypothetical
All
shot.
right.
Nigga was
It's
taking
just like
turmeric
something
shots.
It's just like
hypothetical.
I can't even take
Crack the bottle
shots.
like maxed out. Baby, pull that bottle out the verse.
Hey, I don't even buy bottles no more, for sure. I don't even do that.
Right.
My two drink maximum, you get you two old fashioned.
He know they finna clip this up. True for the details.
Keys, we got it.
My nigga,
No, girl,
I
hypothetical
told you
shots.
ring rust is real, nigga. You
Nah,
been slipping.
hypothetical shots.
All
But
right.
no, it was high. And it was odd. Then I started seeing black chicks, braids, everything, walking around with
White dudes.
with straight Cody.
Mm.
I'm like, damn, what the going on
I
out
wonder
here?
why is that?
The interracial is high.
I don't think it's
It's
why.
super
I just
high.
think it's so much stuff going on with relationships. People is just they trying to figure it out how they can
New
figure it
things,
out.
probably
Yeah.
still try something different.
Yeah, I think too, people just like are more so just like, fuck it. I like what I like. If I'm gonna fuck with this person, if I connect with them, fuck it. Where back then, I mean, it's still like that now, or you got people who might not date somebody based off of what others might say about the race. But I think we just breaking that down at this point. It's kind of like, if you still tripping over that,
I think without the details of when people get to going into the history and what's the propagandas and stuff like that, I think that's when people try to make it a problem when you come to a point of like, oh, you trying to kill off the race and all these other propagandas versus it's your life at the end of the day. You got to choose to make it happy how you want to.
and the
in
newer
my opinion.
generation too, you got people in the burbs, right? That's mixed. You got obviously the evolution of hip hop and how commercialized it is. You got people growing up just seeing black people in different races. I feel like way more, like you said, on TV in the media every day, where it's not the same taboo that it once was.
Exactly.
Do y'all think it works better if the how am I trying to put
Like
this?
a black man, white woman, like that's
Yeah,
more,
because no, what I'm saying is because you know
Nah, that never works better.
Nah, what I'm saying was what I'm saying like say if
Niggas
you
get
say if you a black man dealing with a Hispanic woman or a black girl dealing with a white man, because when you come from certain backgrounds, it's like you have to either want to learn about that culture to understand that person better or not. You know what I mean?
I think studies show that black men, different woman tends to work out better if you look at the divorce rates like that. But before we get off the Chirac topic, let me shout out my boy Chris from Compton out there. He moved out there, opened up 2 spots, showed us hella love, showed us hella hospitality, and shout out to bro. You feel me? I'm gonna put his the name of his spots in the chat once I
is that where
bring
you had
him
your
up.
hypothetical shots at?
That's where I have my old fashions at. He show hella love though, but he like, you from Cali? I'm like, yeah, nigga, Danner gangbang on me. Talking some what block? I'm like, 23rd Street, nigga. He like, oh, all right.
They said you was spotted out there, right?
Oh, I got spotted a few times.
Oh
which
man,
is,
shout out to
the
the Fireway.
movement is moving. When y'all be talking about all the views and this and that, the impact is real. I'm in the middle of the mall. Matter of fact, I'm in Zara with my girl. Dude come out of nowhere. Hey, you the Fireway nigga? I'm like, the fuck? He like, man, we fuck with y'all out here. We rock with all y'all shit. I be watching all y'all shit. I'm like, damn, that's my girl sitting there, damn near in tears. Like, no cap. She like, what the, y'all, you getting recognized out of state? Like, I didn't think it was, I knew it was real, but I didn't know it was this real. Then boom, we go to Rooftop on the Wit. Shout out to my boy, what's his name? Terry. Shout out to my boy Terry. He got a pod too. Me and bro ran into him in Philly at the Wale event. Wale had this podcast conference. I met him out there. Bro spotted me at Rooftop on the Wick. He had a live show out there. I was supposed to fall through, but my girl got a little too buzzed and we couldn't make it. So shout out to Terry though. But I got spotted like 2 or 3 times in the party. Because I'm in the party, you know, I'm a Cali nigga. I'm on point. I'm looking around. I'm seeing niggas staring. So I'm like, where these niggas think I'm from? You feel me? Radar up. Bro staring for like an hour. Finally, he come over like, hey, you the Fireway nigga, huh? You got the podcast? He like, man, love, and phone them, fuck with your shit. So I'm like, damn. That's what I was texting y'all in the group. Like, cuz, they rocking with us in the shy, nigga. The rack is fucking with us.
And that's only gonna happen more and more. You know, as time goes on.
That's facts.
That's deep. Shout out to the rack, though. All the Fireway members
the
in
ones
the rack.
that think they blackballing, it's too late, nigga. We here to stay.
For sure, they show me
Hey
love
man,
out
but while
there.
you been gone, you know it's been hotter than morning breath out in this motherfucker.
Nah, I know it been a lot going on with the Ice Riots and all of that.
Right.
I think we should talk about that last because that's probably gonna
Okay.
get serious and
Yes,
shift the
it
mood
is.
of the whole
Yeah,
pod.
that's true.
Let's start off with the movie that y'all said y'all
Oh
seen.
man, the movie that you haven't watched yet.
Yeah,
you know
get a movie review for the people out there.
I'm gonna just say this, bro. Well, before I go, I'm gonna say this. What y'all think of the movie?
First of all, let them know what movie
No,
we
the
talking
name
He
about.
of
said the movie Straw. Y'all with
Oh,
Taraji P. Henson,
yeah.
she sees the thing. Another Tyler Perry. It's
It's what?
I'm gonna give it a 7 because of what happened at the end. And but at the same time, I would never
They
watch it
flipped it
again.
up.
Like it's nothing I would just want to keep rewatching. And
So
I feel like Tyler Perry likes to sell and capitalize off of trauma.
Man,
Like that's
burr,
one
burr,
of
burr.
I feel like that's what he symbolizes and keys on. It's like I understand if you give it a mixture, like you do everything that I've seen from him, it's because of that. And it's like always about women. Like Cud never had no powerful black men.
Man, come
Yeah,
on.
never ever. I've never seen that really. And not as no asset in the show. Like, oh, you had one strong dude and he was in and out the
Super
show.
saver,
I
whole
mean,
ass
like
nigga,
the
yeah.
main character, at least to my knowledge, you know. So
No, I think what I'll say good about it was he twisted, he added a step to the trauma this time where it was like it wasn't just the basic family trauma movie, niggas go to church, somebody get locked up, light skinned, dark skinned niggas is fighting each other. They added the whole, bank situation, which sort of made it a little bit different.
At what point did y'all realize she was tripping the whole time?
You know what? I really didn't realize that to the end. I'm not gonna lie. I was sick because I don't think I was really locked in on it. So I'm just watching it, and then when the end came, I'm kind of like, did he just throw that in there?
Don't tone it down because Viral was on you.
So I'm gonna tell you this
I'm
right
dead
now.
serious.
Because he watched it because his girl didn't watch it.
No, he trying to say I wasn't really locked down when he watching it like that.
I didn't really
Nah,
catch
but
the
what-
cues of
what-
her being crazy.
It started.
Don't get a movie away because people might have not
Oh,
seen it.
yeah.
Well, you
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Man, there's hella people
we
ain't
gonna
seen
give
it.
it
Nah, we
away.
gotta give it away. If
Nah,
you ain't
you
seen it
can't
by
get that
now,
shit
it's
away.
too late.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Nah, no spoilers, cuz you can't get
Man,
it.
it's already been spoiled all over the internet.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna just say this, bro. Tyler Perry sells trauma like good crack in the 80s, homie. Like, it's to the point now, it's ridiculous. It felt like a movie of Set It Off and John Q had a baby. The movie Straw. would have
John
been born.
Q found like
That's
for
what it
sure
was, yeah.
that was the
That's what it was.
that was
with the
the
bank robbery.
Yeah.
Well, with the hypothetical bank robbery. At the end of the day, bro, it was ridiculous. It was no positive black males in there. Her boss was doing the most. Ain't no boss go do
Yeah,
that.
that
We
was
all know
wild.
that. She
Bro,
worked
was
at a
wild.
fake ass Walmart. Like, bro,
the
that-
boss. Hold on, the
boss from Walmart.
the landlord. Everybody was doing the most in their life.
Yeah, everybody.
I was glad when she capped, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, nigga
and
talking
she
too
should.
much.
When she popped the boss, she was supposed to do that. But what I'm getting at is, at this point, man, Tyler Perry has capitalized the struggle of black women where it just seemed like, is that all you see? Because I know he was molested by a black woman.
But he grew up around all women, so I don't know if that's what he's.
I
trying
feel
to
like
really
he
present.
look at him and it's like hatred, bro. Like he low key, this is what he see black women as.
Do you think he resents
problematic.
the household he grew up in?
It's
Yeah,
if
he
it
do.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If
But-
I keep making the same shit over again and you niggas keep coming back in droves to watch it, I'm not gonna stop.
I mean, I get
Nah,
that.
but
Facts.
I
I'm not gonna
understand
stop
that.
it.
But the type of person he presents himself to be is
Yeah.
he highlights. You act like he highlights better things. The type of
God-fearing
speeches he
man,
give,
yeah.
yeah. So
Okay, he caught a lot of flack for exactly what y'all are talking about, and he gave a statement. He said, "I say nothing to those people who think that my films focus on the struggle of black women because they're right. It does." He admitted while speaking with True Love magazine in a video shared on Instagram June 8th. He said, "Let me tell you something. If I get an opportunity to put a black woman on screen for people to see them in love, in happy, in joy, in pain, in struggle, what I'm doing is a service to all people so that people will know that black women are not just strong in one thing. They are all things. They go through all these different things." Tyler Perry said he will never miss an opportunity to show all sides of black women by paying homage to my mother, to my aunt, to my sisters, and friends and cousins and the things that they went through.
I don't think he shows all sides,
At what
yeah.
moment was she strong in that movie?
Yeah.
She was through the whole
she
movie.
was timid. You know what I'm saying? She was
Nah, that
was
shit
like
was crazy.
What
Yeah.
was the only time she was strong? She caught that out of fear. She caught the homicide,
Exactly.
but other than
That was
that,
self-defense at
yeah,
that point. But
but
I
She
feel
went
like
from the to the school, ain't have no bread. Car got
broke,
hit. She in the
yeah.
rain.
lied.
Come
She
home.
got into it with the police.
Shit
Went
all
to the
outside.
bank trying to get $40 for the
the fake
baby.
Megan Good called
She's
the police
screaming at
on
the
him
sky
and all
and getting
Yeah.
evicted. I'm like, this shit is.
Police flexed on her, went crazy.
Is that not all sides though? Y'all
No,
y'all naming
bro,
all type of different
no,
emotions.
Where's the strength
He said
at?
I'ma show
No,
all
no,
different
the
sides.
I didn't see the strength in her.
He said at the end.
Forget that. No,
No, at the end, nigga, she still went out
Hold on,
bad.
bro. Let me be realistic.
It never was a good moment. It wasn't one of them movies now. John Q, like he got
Yeah,
he
something
did at the
overcome.
end. Yeah,
Niggas in there playing cards
Nothing
and
at the
shit.
end. Then you kind of find out like she did all this for nothing.
Hey, I'm
She was already gone.
That
Yeah.
was the crazy thing.
That's facts. She was
She
already
did
up
all
out of
this for
here.
nothing.
She never. Hey, I'm gonna tell you
What he
this.
watch
showed
this
was
movie.
an angry a sad black woman twisted out her mind who lost her mind
Exactly.
Yeah.
and went cycled. And the whole time I'm like, nigga,
I'ma keep it-
she went the next day planning. No, when her mama called
Yeah.
and said what she said.
My
I'm like,
baby gone.
what?
I'm like, oh, this shit
I'm
is.
gonna keep
Hold
it
on. So you planned the whole day out for nothing.
Hey,
Talking about doing this for my baby.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. That's not a realistic black woman. She never once went down there to the county building because that wasn't even a job where she could have got all
No,
benefits.
she was working.
Nigga,
They
you
gonna
could-
kill, they
y'all
gonna
talking
kill.
about-
Nah, she was
Nah,
working
bro,
already
y'all
on
talking
the
about
county,
job,
nigga.
A woman can still get food stamps because
Now she said she worked 2 jobs though.
What was the second job?
She probably made just a
She didn't
little
go.
bit too
She got
much.
We didn't
paid
see
under
all
the
that.
tape, bro. Listen, that was a job she still could have got crystal stairs on. She didn't have a baby daddy, so I'm assuming she could have got child support. Again, bro, women were depicted terrible in that because it was all victims. She never did anything because most women would have went to the courthouse, put their baby daddy on child support. They wouldn't went to the
Sure,
county.
you couldn't do all that in that
Bro,
amount in the movie.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he
tell you
wanted her
this
to do the
right now.
whole
She
money.
had
Had 30
30
she had 30 minutes to get to the baby back. Yeah.
Time out, bro.
You wildin',
Hey,
bro.
no, you wildin'. You
She
already
couldn't have
know.
did all that in the
As soon as-
movie.
Bro, as soon as the child is born, women are going down there to the county building right then and there.
Bro, that
You're not
is
saying-
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with
You
that.
going to
Hold
some
on.
way
That is a
different.
crazy generalization.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
We don't stand with what this
yes,
nigga's
you do.
saying,
You
bro.
painted them in a bad
This
picture
This nigga
too.
is
No, what I'm
crazy.
Because as soon as they born, they going down there.
No, bro.
Ain't nobody
I'ma
doing
keep
that
it
until
G
it
We
get
get hard
hard.
food, niggas. That's not what it
Because of
is.
that, as soon as they
You know
pop
what,
out,
bro,
they're
mama,
gonna
y'all
be.
lost
And he
all
got the
that.
nerve to talk about Tyler Perry.
Yeah, yeah, that was
He
crazy.
said, all y'all go to the county
You
building.
just bled him.
No, bro.
You said as soon as a black woman have a baby, she going to the county building.
That's wild.
That's crazy work.
Bro, in her position, most black women would have done the same
No,
thing.
she didn't start off like that though.
Man,
So
knock
maybe
it
that
off.
was her being
She can't
strong,
afford-
working the 2
time out,
jobs,
time
doing
out.
all
so
of
she
that.
can't afford rent. She went homeless so she can get some type of Section 8 help. Be real.
No,
Y'all already know.
break down what she really said. She said she was doing so bad because of how much the medicine and stuff was costing.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's what it was. So she was basically saying all her checks, she feed them she said she feed the kid what the doctor tell him, but at the same time, the medicine cost so much money. So that was more so, it wasn't a problem that she didn't have
They
it.
have social programs to help with that. They have social
I
security
understand that,
and
but he
things
only
like
can
that.
compact so much in an
Nah,
hour or
bro,
2 hour movie.
Well, at one point, didn't she not reach out and try to get help?
This movie was based on one day.
It don't matter, bro. That child was more than 1 year old. That child suffered seizures. She could have been when to get that
The
kid
movie
help.
was based off
It don't
one day.
matter. That
Hold
girl
on.
didn't
Let
have
me
a
ask a
support
question.
system. That movie was
Hold on, let me
Tyler
ask a
Perry hate
question.
black women, bro. Tyler Perry hate black women.
How do you say all of that and then in the next breath say,
Believe
yeah,
him.
The same day the baby
Because you
born,
know why?
she should have went to the county
You
building.
know why? Because that's what they do. Women go, they working, they have a group of friends. Girl, you better go get on the county. Girl, you better do this and do that. That's what they do. Let's not play dumb.
Short
homie.
speaking from trauma.
No,
Yeah, on
bro.
God.
I know from truth.
I know
homie.
a lot of I got homies that had single moms who never did that and was struggling, and
Cap,
they kept
Cali,
it
shut up,
100.
bro.
I'm gonna
You
keep it
lying.
real.
Shut your lying ass
They
up.
kept it 100. They worked
Shut your lying
hard.
ass- Bro, you lying.
They worked hard.
I swear you lying, bro.
How am I lying?
You lying, my nigga. You are lying.
That's a fact.
You are lying. Bro.
That's a fact.
Hey,
No,
he's
I'm
a bullshit nigga,
I'm not,
bro.
saying, I'm not
fact.
saying what you're saying is
You
wrong.
y'all laughing,
no,
my nigga.
I'm appalled because the movie was about one day. Like,
Again.
you out there, nigga, it take you one day to go to the county building.
And they don't approve that shit the first day.
That's a whole day event, nigga.
This nigga crazy.
Man,
He
how
said
is a whole day event?
He said crystal stairs, everything. Nigga,
She couldn't afford it.
that take time too. She had one baby.
Again.
And look, what I'm saying was she took care of the baby. The only thing she was talking about how strong her baby was already. She was doing everything to take care of the baby. The baby just had already. It was a premature baby. The baby been fighting. The life expanse.
So
the life expectancy wasn't even expected to live long.
Messiah,
so
everything
I know.
you
I get
saying,
what you're saying.
They got programs when they know
The
that
program
child,
can't help with the life expectancy of a baby.
bro. When a child has a disability, there are programs to help you with that.
I don't
They
think-
have in-home supported services. They have help.
Listen
with
what I'm
that.
saying.
I'm
Hey,
telling
Short
you.
is on his own with that. We don't believe
Bro,
all
I'm
y'all
just
go to
telling
the
you
county
that-
building after the
get the fuck
baby is
outta
born.
We actually saying that
Short
he painted
standing
y'all wrong.
on his own island.
No.
He doing some Tyler
I'm
Perry
saying-
shit.
no,
as
bro.
he's criticizing Tyler Perry.
That's
I'm saying
crazy.
most
work.
women
work.
would have done that when that situation got that extreme. They would have went out and sought help, bro. At the end of the day, there's resources to help women than there are to help men.
Maybe,
And at the-
but maybe she was getting there, but then she passed away.
Yeah, she didn't think she needed to be at that point yet.
She was trying to tough it out.
She still
She was
was
trying to
She
figure it
said
out.
she said that day, I'm gonna pay you your rent. Remember, she said it. She
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna go
was
get
cold.
the check, and the dude didn't want to give her the check.
Hey, look, the moral of the story is y'all go see the movie so y'all can see
No,
for
you go see
yourself.
the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch this
Y'all go
movie.
watch it, then
and
come
I'ma
back.
see-
Come back. Go, my bad, bro. Go
No,
ahead.
no, go ahead, because
Y'all-
you actually watched it.
Y'all go see the movie and come back in the chat and let us know what y'all think. And if y'all have seen it, let us know what y'all think. If Tyler Perry, and especially the women, I want to know what y'all think. Is Tyler Perry painting y'all in a bad picture, or do y'all love Tyler Perry still
How
to
many of
death?
y'all went straight to the county building?
Short of cold.
No,
nigga,
bro, that's
boy.
what-
That is
That's why-
crazy. I never heard that. That was crazy.
You never
That was
heard
a
that.
crazy
Nah,
because look,
generalization.
to
I'm gonna
say-
tell you this: for all of us to grow up in the ghetto, bro, and you not say that. I'm not saying our moms or anybody like that did it, but y'all act like y'all haven't seen a book of food stamps growing up.
I know. We talked about this for sure.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is y'all knocking it as if it wasn't prevalent in the impoverished community.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying
is
people
for
might
you
have tried other routes.
criticize Tyler Perry about putting our women in a bad light and then go right in on them and do the same thing.
No, I'm
that
saying-
was what was crazy.
That was
that's
crazy.
cra-
Clip
or
that,
could
'cause that
be.
was crazy.
But I'm
You
saying
ain't
still
you
a source of resources.
you like it sound like you mad. You should have made the movie the way you wanted to make
bro,
it.
I don't like the fact
Come
that
wrong, nigga. They go to the county building first.
No, all time, bro. No, I'm gonna just say this.
Nigga said that was historically inaccurate.
Hey, no, Tyler Perry don't speak positivity in black folks, bro. That's just me. I'm just tired of the nigga, bro. He don't speak positivity in black folks. It just make me mad. I don't even like watching this type of shit because I feel like there's no. You changed the title of
Cub
all
won't-
this movie.
You know what he does? You
He
know,
just said the same
Nah,
movie
look,
with
this what
different
I'm saying.
titles.
This what I'm saying.
Same movie, different titles.
I'm not
bro.
gonna say all our women, but a lot of our women that do go through those things that you talking about, Tyler Perry is more than not. So he's triggering them emotions in them.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of these women talking about they be crying, watching these movies and stuff like that. Tyler Perry is making them relive some of that to make it feel
That trauma.
relatable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's trauma bonding through the TV. That's
If it
what he
ain't- if it
doing
ain't
with him.
broke, don't
Single
fix it,
mother.
I'm
How many
telling
single
you.
mothers that complain out here
And
that
it's
don't get
the
no
same
help to do
dude.
If
stuff?
it ain't
Wait,
broke, don't fix it, man.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
just
He
what
just,
it
I
is.
don't know.
Like,
Tyler Perry,
It's
bro.
broke,
he
that's
bro.
just what it is, cuz. If it ain't
It's
broke,
broke.
don't fix
Take
it.
it,
Listen,
Cali
it got us talking about it. So
Tyler
evidently
Any
it's not
movie
broke.
he had would have been talking about it. Most things Tyler Perry do is talk about it. But what one thing I do see, and he said he made a lot of people millionaires. So shout out to him for that.
Who he made a millionaire?
That's what he said.
Taraji
man.
P. But he made
Yeah,
he
we
made
made
Tyler
talking-
Perry got his own production
No,
studio.
He was
she
popping
wasn't
before.
She was
getting-
complaining
wa-
about not getting no money too, wasn't she?
She was saying her first role that she got real paper from was Tyler Perry movie.
Hey, flip your mic the other way.
Cook out the whole thing.
Yeah, hey, you can't even see Cali. Her whole face whacked out. Hey, but
Damn,
what-
that was funny.
did anybody here watch the BET Awards?
I
A little
watched
bit of
them.
it.
Of it.
I watched
Yeah.
them. I actually watched the majority of it.
Okay, what did y'all think about the BET Awards? Now we all knew Kendrick was gonna clean sweep the
Yeah.
awards. I saw Kevin Hart handing him like 5-6 different
Mhm.
awards. We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But besides that, what did y'all think
I didn't-
about the overall show?
I think the overall thing, and this goes to what Kali's favorite word, the nostalgia.
Yeah.
They did do a lot of
because
yeah.
everything, it wasn't really no new performers. I think like Glorilla was the only new
Playboy
performer.
Cardi.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see him, so I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah, that nigga
But
had
they
a,
had,
a bedazzled lollipop. That nigga's
that's
weird.
crazy. Yeah, they had Snoop brought out the Crips and the Bloods, had the thing going. Snoop gave an amazing speech, by the way. I'm gonna
Mhm.
salute Snoop for that because I was happy he brought out Warren G because we almost was about to go on his ass about that.
Talk about it.
I think they heard it. And shout out to Snoop for keeping it G. He brought out Warren G. He brought out Corrupt. You know, they brought the big ticket, the basement stuff back, like the iconic things that we know far as how music was. So shout out to the BET Awards for that. And Kendrick won. The one I seen was the GNX.
I think
the
album of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Artist
So,
of the year too. I think.
Mariah Carey got the icon. See, they
Yeah.
brought out people like Mariah. they
Jamie
brought
Foxx
out
got
Snoop.
one too as
Yeah,
well.
Jamie. Yeah, so it was,
He on his stroke tour though. I ain't gonna lie. Pause,
Yeah.
but
He
keeps.
now we talking about the disabled now. Look.
wow, that's
Look,
crazy.
man, I had to
stroke
say because
tour
it's
is
like,
crazy.
it's like,
Deserving of a lot of
damn,
stuff,
it's like, damn, you milking it.
I'm
Now,
gonna say this.
He
I won't-
is talking about that stroke a lot.
He's
He is
milking it to
telling
me,
that
bro.
story over and over and over.
He's
Like, all
selling
right.
the trauma that triggers the people who's been sick. If it ain't broke,
I got a
what?
question. I got a
Nah,
question
but that
for
shit
y'all.
is broke.
At the BET Awards, it was a moment where Kai Cenat was walking to this car.
Mm.
Wale come up. He like, yo, bro, what's good? Whatever. He talked to him for a second, telling him he playing Smash Bros. And then I guess Wale felt some type of way, came back up to him later and was like, you know you made me look crazy, right? How y'all feel about that? Y'all think Kai really didn't know him or he was just on bullshit?
I think Kai
was
didn't know
pumping.
him.
I think Kai was pumping.
I don't think he know him.
I
But-
think Kai didn't know him.
I
Because you got to
seen
realize
Wale
how
say-
old Kai,
Yeah, he
Kai
young.
is.
He a young cat, bro.
Kai is hella young. How old is he right now? Like 22?
Probably
or
like
something
22,
that?
23.
When was Wale?
To be honest, like
When
20,
MMG
when I was like a
was
freshman,
out.
like 2012.
So that
You older than
means
him, right? And you
Yeah,
older
yeah,
than
yeah,
him.
I'm older.
that mean Kai was probably in like elementary or something.
He was
like that.
popping
He was a
it.
little-ass
He
No,
was
if
popping
he's
in.
21, you said when you was in what?
I was in ninth grade in 2011.
Because he ain't that
Damn.
much younger than him.
Kai
So-
like 22, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
young.
But
saying
Wale was in the whole Maybach and all that. That was big during my time.
But that's
Ambitions, all of that was
That's your
That's
time,
what I
though.
mean, yeah,
That's
so
the heart of your time.
him wearing the foams and the different sneakers. Wale was cracking
Kai
back then.
Cenat is 23, bro. He was born in 2001.
Yeah, he
Like, come on, bro. It's
Yeah.
a possibility he
He
does
right.
not
But
know Wale.
I mean, it is a possibility, but to say you making me look crazy, people just gotta leave it alone. If he didn't know you, he didn't know you.
I think
If you-
being a grown man fiending for attention from a young nigga is crazy.
And,
to me
and,
personally.
and I think DJ Academics finally made a good point. He said these rappers is dick riding these streamers too much. You went out of your way to double back to let Kai Cenat know, hey, you made me look crazy for not knowing me. Nigga, who the fuck are you? When the last time you had a hit record?
Let's
why
keep it
do,
100.
Why
Let's
do
hear
I
it.
gotta know you? I'm more famous than you. I got
He
more
got
money
a
than you.
point.
I'm more lit than you. I have not seen you on TV in probably over a decade, if I ever even remember seeing you at all. I'm Kai Cenat. I'm meeting rappers every day.
Yeah.
I'm meeting entertainers every day. I'm meeting hundreds of thousands of fans. Damn near
He
every day.
said-
I'm streaming every day. Nigga, I don't know you. Why would you double back and embarrass yourself?
But even and you're right, that was
outta
embarrassing.
here.
But even if he knew him or he didn't, Kai probably didn't know him.
He showed him
But
love though.
Nah,
even if
that's
he
what I'm
didn't know
saying.
him.
And it wasn't like Kai just ignored him when he tried
Yeah.
to talk to him. Like he treated him low key like a fan though. Like, oh,
He
what
called
you
that
playing?
nigga Wally.
You playing Nintendo? He like, man, he like, oh my. I guess his chat was telling him like who he was, and he like, oh, who's Wally? Like the nigga, one of his dudes in the car, like Lotus Flower, like Lotus Flower, trying to name songs. But I would have he should have just brought up the MMG thing. But I'm like, he know Meek and Ross and the rest of these, so you should know people from MMG. But Wale wasn't like just the face of focal point.
He wasn't that.
He had a few hits, but he wasn't the
He
face
wasn't
of
just
MMG.
no. Yeah, he wasn't no big.
He said they
big- he
played
wasn't big of a
football.
star
They was
they
at a
thought.
football charity event. This nigga was bringing up
so
all
he
type
been
of
around
shit.
before.
But hold
Oh, so
on,
that's what he probably
how many
getting at.
times you been around a nigga maybe in a big circle and you don't remember the nigga next time you see him? It's like I might have seen you. You might have been around some homies, but
And it's
next
been a
time I
minute,
see
you probably
I don't
forgot,
know you,
yeah.
nigga.
I ain't
like,
forgetting no faces.
Kai handled that better than I would have handled that. Cause I'd be damned if you double back on me and press me for not knowing you.
But you in
Did
your
he really
early
press him?
but hold on,
I didn't see the
but
second
you in
part,
your
so
early 20s
it's
is
different
different
than
from
Kai,
him
yeah.
though. You gotta think about it, homie. This is a different generation.
What's different? How do you
Bro,
press a nigga for not knowing you?
Again, bro.
I don't know you,
Again,
nigga.
how you
Who the
would've-
fuck are you?
Again, how you would have handled in your 20s is different from Kai Cenat.
No, but what did Wale like? Did he press him? Or
he was just like, you know, I mean, even coming up to me and whispering in my ear, you know, you making me look crazy would have been enough for me to be
Yeah,
like,
but
what
like,
are you
bro,
talking
check this
about?
out.
Like that's
Yeah.
you're pressing, bro.
Exactly. No, at that point it
Nah,
is.
at that
Because he
point-
was next to Snoop,
Nah,
right?
that's
Snoop
right.
kind of was
Yeah.
looking like, what the fuck
Nah,
Wale
but
got
at
going
that
on?
point, that's when Kai should have made him look crazy.
Yeah.
Everything you just said, he should have said. He should have told him.
I was
Yeah, what the-
that
you want an
would've went
autograph,
viral.
goofy ass?
No, I was watching it with my wife and I. We was watching it, and she was bringing up a point when they did the best female artist, and Doechii won. She was really upset because she like Glorilla was better. Meg Thee Stallion had better albums than her. It's from a woman's perspective. She was saying Doechii shouldn't have won female hip hop artist of the year.
So
I
a
think
female
Glorilla-
said
I
this.
A
think
female
Glo-
said that. She's saying I don't know no Doechii songs like that. She said Glorilla hit harder, Sexy Red hit harder.
But is that?
I think Glorilla had the best year, me
Yo,
personally.
I'm telling you, for females,
Is
when it
that-
comes to
is
Doechii-
that-
Is that industry plant vibes?
Nah.
wait,
Hold on, we can talk about it because they
No,
say
no, let me
industry
ask you one
plant.
question. Was that Anxiety song a bigger record on the radio than any Glorilla and the rest
No,
of them?
Glorilla had a hell
She
of a
had,
year.
What was her
she
biggest
had
hit?
multiple.
Glow. She had that Glow.
The 7
Yeah, that was a
p.m.
banger.
whatever. She had a couple
7
hits.
PM, right? Yeah, she had hit, bro.
I don't
She-
remember that one.
She had
I'm just asking, is that one
a few.
song?
No,
that
what I'm
was
saying
that
Nah,
from
because
a
you got to
so-
remember with the artist of the year now, they not just counting music, they counting what you doing on the internet too.
True.
Glorilla had a crazy
Bro,
run.
look,
True.
and so I'm just speaking again.
True.
I'm not. I think out of all the artists, I know more Glorilla songs and like Cardi B's and things like that because they're more commercialized. But from a woman who bumps this music in the gym in her car, she was just basically saying compared to Doechii music, she don't know none of her music compared to the other artists that was in that category.
So you feel like they got robbed?
She's basically saying
But it's
Glow, Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, all of them were in
But
there. She's-
Glorilla got an award that night.
No, but I'm saying for hip hop, for female hip hop star, Doechii won that one, and she was basically saying she shouldn't won.
You got
that.
a lot of black artsy nerdy girls now too, though. That's low key.
But
a lot
again-
of people are fiending off of that, or like weaning off of that Sexy Red Cardi B shit, low key.
No,
So
but
you-
I think
so.
Glo-
You feel like she didn't earn that award?
I'm not. I'm saying from what I heard at the house, bro.
I'm asking you.
No, he asking
He
you.
put it
though.
on wifey.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
know.
no. I mean,
Wifey said.
So you
pretty good,
no,
though.
I'm keeping- all right,
Yeah,
no, you
grimy
trying to be
ass
funny.
nigga.
No, real talk. I mean, I think Glorilla got some of the best flows when it comes to females. I like her style. Like how
I
she
agree
kind of
with
got
that.
that.
So do y'all think she doesn't deserve the award? Is this
I
just
say
y'all,
no.
or is
I
this
mean-
just y'all preference of who y'all think should y'all feel
Don't
like
say
should
y'all,
win?
niggas. They short.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about him and his girl. Yeah.
this nigga. All right, so this nigga trying to be funny.
I'm asking a question. No,
Nigga,
because
you know
I
what you
gotta
doing.
ask
No,
you.
no,
What is you and your wife
Because you
think?
said you watched
No,
it.
what, nigga, you watched it too, bro. Don't-
Exactly, but you
I'm
brought
saying-
the point up about
I'm
the
brought up a
artist.
point because from a female's perspective, my nigga, she said she don't feel like she deserved it. So I was like,
and that's
oh.
why I'm asking you.
I
as-
said so when it comes to the female music, the only women I know is like for sure Glow, Sexy Red, and Cardi B because theirs is more commercialized. When you outside, you hear more of their music. Besides the Anxiety song, I really don't know.
Okay,
Doechii
is it safe to say that it's giving industry plant vibes like we've been saying all this time? Or like
That's
the
exactly
culture
what
has
we
been
saying,
saying
bro.
because a lot of people were upset with her speech. And I'm like, damn, what did she say this time? So
She
I go
brought-
watch
she-
her speech
Oh, you
and
seen
she
it?
was
Yeah.
talking about the marginalized groups, the oppressed groups.
And
you know,
she
she
throw
brought
the
the blacks
T-word.
up. She brought the Hispanics up. She brought certain
The
communities
T-word,
up.
too.
And then she brought the transsexuals and the LGBT community in on it. And people were like, why are you
Yep.
branching them in with us? Where the are they oppressed at? They got more rights than anybody. Why every time we talk about a black struggle or you know, a
throw
brown, a
them in
plight,
there.
We
you
always
gotta throw
gotta
them
add
in
somebody
there.
else.
You always
Yeah.
got to add somebody on top of the struggle, and they're not facing the same struggles. They can choose when and when not to be homosexual if they want. They can go out and act like a straight person. You can't go out and not act black. You can't change your
This
skin.
shit don't wipe
so
away.
this shit ain't the same struggle, cuz we didn't choose this. You know what I'm saying?
Stop feeling like you
chose
leaving
us.
somebody else out when you implementing your people.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you feel like you obligated or you feel guilty because everybody got struggles. We all do. No matter who you are. Asian people can feel the same way when they had the attacks on them. So it's
I
just
agree.
like
What I'll say though is that again, in her nerdy, artsy black girl area, it's black gays, black trans. It's all of that stuff
so
that
she's trying to pander to everybody.
It's just I think that's the type of people she be hanging around. The feminists, all of that. They have their little area where that's how they parlay. So that wasn't surprising to me that she brought all them different groups in because a lot of the women today, that's the type of time they on.
You can say that, but like I said, most women, if we was to do that, leave it in the comments. I don't think most women would agree with that. I don't think Doji should have won that.
How old is
award.
Doechii? Like 20-something? I'm talking about for the newer generation. Like I said, that's like different alternative type people that's into that vibe. They're an all-inclusive kind of bag of people, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
that's who she
touched a lot
speaks to, though.
She touched a lot of genres of music like Lil Wayne, Carter 6 album.
So,
It
'cause
just
the
was
reason-
doing
no,
too
not-
much.
Whoa,
Hold
okay.
on.
Now,
Hold
let's
on,
go
let me
down
say
that.
one more thing before you move on from that. Cause who else was a new artist? Like, is Glorilla them even new artists? How
No,
long
they're
has
not
Glorilla
really
been
new,
out?
female
yeah.
artist of the year, like for whoever's
Oh,
established.
just whoever.
I think
yeah.
Glow had a bigger year.
I think Glow,
yeah.
sexy, like name alone, they name for sure rang way more than Doechii's did.
But if we basing it off of like you said, shit on social media, like Glow, I don't think she popped out at the Met Gala. It's a lot of, so if they might be basing off a lot of other shit, magazine covers. She over there collaborating with West Side Gun. Like she's doing a lot of shit. TDE's putting her in a lot of spots where it's like they might have, slipped the bag and that might have been
Yeah. I think the machine had a
Yeah,
little
like-
bit to do with that.
Well,
she
behind
getting
the
that.
scenes.
Kendrick and Doechii take sweeping shit.
But speaking of the Carter 6, let's get into that, man. Lil Wayne dropped his album.
Who couldn't wait for that album to
Lil
come
Wayne
out?
dropped his heavily anticipated
album
debut
still
album.
good, man.
So we gonna dive right into the Carter 6. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it hot? Was it trash? Did it live up to the expectations? Did it fall short of the expectations? To me, the album was ass. It was a letdown. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was in the rack bumping it, and I'm like, turn this shit off. My girl actually said turn this shit off. I'm not gonna lie. Some songs was cool. I think the best song, ironically, was the country song.
Oh,
That song was a
Shark-
banger.
the
I think
Shark-
if
I
he-
ain't gonna lie.
What's
Yeah,
that?
the
That's the-
shark.
with
I
Jelly
think if he would drop
What was
that,
the song with Big Sean?
I don't
That
know,
was a
but I
banger,
think
too.
if
That's
he
the
would,
one with the Jelly Roll.
yeah,
nigga.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the
think.
country song. So I think if
no,
he
it was
drops
country?
if he drops that would be a smash hit and a crossover hit that he can perform at multiple different crowds. He can go to Coachella
Man.
and perform that. Like I could see that being a huge song for the rest of the year. But the overall album for the anticipation, it did not meet the anticipation, bro. And I wish he would have took my advice and put out a mixtape first
Test the
to
water.
test the waters of the temperament of how people react to the music. Cause they like, nigga, wipe this from the internet.
Once I
Like-
got to Elephants and Peanuts, whatever that shit was, I'm like, bro,
I was through with it when I heard the Damu Blood Rock and Roll song, homie. I was like, what the hell is this?
No, that was crazy.
He
But
ain't
I'm
been-
gonna
he
say
hasn't
this.
been
I'm
good
gonna
to
say
me
this.
since Carter
Come
4.
on, bro.
Carter
I-
4 is where
I'ma
he
say-
peaked for me.
I'm gonna say it was cool.
It grew on me.
No, it was cool because I had to give it a few more spins, and I had to really think about like Wayne and
You had to think hard, huh?
Nah, I had to think about
That thinking cap, huh?
I had to really think. I had to really think about. No, what I'm saying is
That
Wayne.
shit was ass.
No,
It was
let me-
ass,
let me
bro.
fucking-
It wasn't
let me-
ass.
let me
No,
talk.
ass,
Go
nigga.
ahead, go ahead.
Let me talk.
That shit was trash.
Wayne decided to appeal to more than just you niggas.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can say what you want. Look, he put a little bit of the
Okay.
He got the band from NO. You got
touched
the
every genre.
Sharks. You had the different type of
He had
the
a lot, he
different
touched a
type
lot
of
of different
genres
genres on there.
of type of music. He's
true.
like, I can't appease everybody, but then I had to look at it like a we expect Wayne to be like, y'all forget Wayne got rings. Is what I'm gonna say. That's how I'm gonna compare. Wayne got rings after rings after rings.
Though, at this point.
Nah, y'all exact, but it's the same thing y'all do with NBA players. Like
We don't give a
No,
fuck about
this
the
is-
ring.
this is what-
this
yes, you do.
championship game, he lost.
this is what
Point.
okay.
We don't care about them rings.
What
nigga.
I'm saying is he's put out enough music to
No,
where
no, we're not
No,
doing
listen
that.
to
Put
the
out
old
the
Wayne.
No,
music
we
shit.
talking about
No.
the Carter 6 though.
No,
No.
we're not doing
the
that.
old Wayne. We talking about the Carter 6.
We
y'all
not
want
doing
the
that.
old Wayne. This is
All
why
right,
y'all mad.
so
You
let me-
wanted the old Wayne.
I did.
Did
so
you
he-
get it?
I did, but like I said, I had to sit back and
You're
really,
giving him grace off of
He is.
old work. No.
No,
Was
I'm-
this album hot or
You
not,
giving a
nigga?
pass.
When did Carter 5 come out? 2015, something like that? 16?
Yeah, Carter 5 was decent. And listen,
I think
this is
Carter
why he
4 is
gets
where-
less grace. All that motherfucking crying he did about the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
All that crying and bitching and moaning and groaning he did about the Super Bowl to drop a flop-ass album. Wayne ain't getting no passes, bro. The bars were outdated.
Yeah.
He was rapping about dumb shit. You 40-something years old. You still acting like you a fucking blood. Like, knock it off, cuz you got a motherfucking skate park in your living room. Cut it out.
That might have contributed to the
cut it
different
out.
genres of music too. Just
I don't wanna hear
having
that.
money, escape. A lot. I think he's changed a lot.
His age still got something to do. Y'all was listening to his bullshit before.
Well,
The same type of shit.
Yeah, but to take this type of hiatus and to make that much noise about Kendrick getting a performance, okay, we looking for, okay, Wayne is about to take it to the next level. He had a long break. He should be coming back with some substance. That
Nigga,
was his main problem.
but what's crazy-
What the fuck are you rapping about?
What's crazy, y'all argue about him and when the Super Bowl stuff was going on, him complaining, nobody wanted to hear new music. They wanted to hear his old music.
hits.
People wasn't talking about new hits, about him performing. Niggas was talking about old Wayne performing.
So what? But to make all that
So-
noise and then to put out this whack ass album when Kendrick just put out G&X.
Yeah.
No, bro, you don't get a pass.
I'm gonna say this. Some of the features on Carter 6 what made me bump it a couple times more. The song he had with 2 Chainz about
That
playing
one was
with your
cool.
nose.
That one was cool.
I'm not even that type of guy, but I understood the bars that 2 Chainz was dropping. I was like, all right, cool. The song he had with X the Plug, cool. The song
That was
with Jelly
another one.
Roll, cool. It more so the features made the album more than Wayne did, and that's where I felt like the album was a letdown because I feel like the features low key saved him, not Wayne saved the album.
And the beats was trash too, where it was like a couple of the songs, the start of the beat was cool, and then once the beat dropped, it was like, what the fuck is you doing?
Some of the beats was a lot of the beats was BS. I feel like I just think what he tried to do in the concept was wrong. To the point, maybe to your point of him dropping something and see just where and then make one album about that. Because I feel like he tried to cater to everybody.
That's what he tried
And I
to
feel
do.
like that's what he tried to do and he messed it up. Because like you said, the Shark song, you got banned from NO. That's like the remake of the
Banned from TV, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Noriega
And no
shit.
ceilings.
remember-
yeah.
That was hot.
And remember that
So
comment?
he
That's
tried-
that's Jay-Z and them shit.
Nah, but he rapped on that on No Ceilings. And
I
then
know,
he
but
did, he did
I'm
another
saying that's
one.
they
And
beat.
remember, we talked
Yeah.
about this too. Remember how we said, well, Lil Wayne get on someone else's beat, he make it his song? He tried to do that Rock the Bells with LL Cool J. LL Cool J ate that song, Rock the Bells. He did. I think
A
that's
lot of
track
people didn't
number
even
3.
know he was paying homage to that.
I know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, but when this is what y'all, I remember, I think you said if he hopped on somebody else's beat, he created his own song. He hopped on it. I was kind of like, Wayne, I see what you're doing, but that's LL's song, bro.
This
He couldn't even-
album,
Actually, that was Noriega, excuse me.
Yeah,
that was
Noriega.
Noriega's beat. And then everybody freestyled on it on the mixtape. It became an infamous beat to freestyle to. But like y'all was saying, the beat selection was ass. With all these dope ass producers out here, who in the fuck was he choosing to make them beats and who was clearing them beats? Wayne I don't know who he has
Bring
around
back
him.
Manny
He needs
Fresh.
somebody else around him because he
Manny
got
Fresh
too
was on
many.
one of them
He was on
tracks.
one
He
or two.
got way too many yes men around him because there's no way if you a real homie and he played that final cut for you and you was like, yeah, this it. Give this
Y'all
to the
seen that
people.
Is it
meme?
the
It ain't
yes
no
man
way,
or can you
cuz.
tell Kobe how to play ball?
Y'all seen that meme of Cassidy smoking the extendo?
doing the beats. Yeah.
That's what Wayne. That's what I picture when he was in the studio, just faded and just probably in the zone, thinking these beats hit, but it just didn't resonate.
I
with
think
the
Wayne
people.
tried to just cater to too many people when it came to that.
and overextending itself.
Yeah, and he chose the mixtape formula. Like he just rapped.
But
Are
that's
we
what-
fucking? Are we
he didn't-
fucking with long albums at this point anyway? Like 19, 20 tracks?
No,
I'ma
I would
say-
fuck with a
I'ma
long.
say-
I would fuck with a long album depending on who it
If
is.
it's
If it's
good
heat.
though, it has to be
Yeah,
good.
It
exactly.
gotta be heat.
Yeah.
That's
If you
hard
got
to do, though.
19 songs of heat, for sure, I'm gonna fuck
Heat,
with it.
you
But
get more-
I think people's attention span
Short,
ain't
that's what I'm
fucking with
saying.
it.
That's hard to do.
But
I don't think
But
people
for
attention
us,
span
I
It's
think
fucking
the
we
with it.
were-
substance though. You still need substance behind it. He didn't have a lot of substance in
He
his
didn't.
songs. Yeah.
After a while, once you get further along in the album, it kind of became like homework, like a drag to continue to listen to it.
You like gotta respect for Wayne. You gotta play the whole
Well,
thing.
no, honestly, I'm gonna keep it G with you. The viral way, bro. For us doing homework, for us to do this review, I had to kind of low key like.
That's
Now,
how I got. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I got through it. Yeah,
When
I'm
I
like-
first heard it, I was just like, damn.
Yeah, and the only reason
because
why-
I listened to it like late that night when it dropped. I'm trying hard to like really like. I want to hear Wayne bars. I'm like, let me get past the what's going on.
I
Let me
forgot-
hear what he's saying.
I'm just
forgot you
glad
had-
they didn't. You seen the first track list that dropped that was fake. I'm glad that. I'm also just glad that wasn't real because he had on like Imagine Dragons and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That he was featured. There was some crazy people on that.
That
fake.
might have been better.
I don't
No,
know.
That might have done it.
we're
That
not
might have
doing
done
that. No,
better.
we're not
bro.
doing that, bro.
Wayne just
Man, no.
Wayne. If Wayne is if he's off the lean, he just need to get in the cup for a day and just do the album off the cup, and then get back off of it. Nah, what I'm saying is, like he said, whatever was in that cup. Had that nigga going crazy.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, let me
just get on the cup for one day, do a whole album, then go back to detoxing.
So what's gonna be the final ranking there? Out of scale 1 to 10, what we giving it?
3.5.
Damn. I'm
What you giving it?
That was off one listen, by the way, because
you only bumped it once?
I bumped it once.
Oh, damn.
My girl said turn it off. She didn't want to hear it no more. She's like, turn this shit off.
I think though the one listen thing, as much as people try to get at shit, that's low key like the initial reaction you get from it.
Nah, but sometimes it's been a lot of albums that grew on.
They do grow on you.
I'm just saying from like a what you like and don't like a first listen, you're gonna be able to tell, okay, I'm gonna come back to this one.
Yeah.
Off the first listen, you could tell. After multiple listens where you get the concept, you hear the flips, you hear certain samples, that's when you really start to fall in love, the B-side tracks, all of that. But first listen, you could tell, okay, I fuck with this track. I don't fuck with this track.
Maybe I gotta listen again because you'll catch them videos or somebody playing just a verse from and you be like, damn, cuz said all that? Like I missed a lot of that. So
what you giving it though from your initial rating?
I'm gonna give it a 6, man.
What you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Bro is forcing it off of nostalgia. Like we gotta just take it for what it is.
Because,
No.
Because we so caught up with me. We're
not caught up, bro.
Yes, when we be caught up on this music stuff, we never even give it a chance. We hear it and it's trash. And
I gave it a chance. You know what this was?
I'm gonna give it a 4.9. I bumped it multiple times.
I got
Niggas giving Keith Lee ratings.
No. I'm just
4.9 is crazy.
It's the features. To me, the features.
One mic.
No, I'm just saying the features to me made the album that much better. If he didn't have half of the features on there, bro, that album would have been worse.
You know what this was? You know what this felt like?
4 features.
You know what this felt like?
The songs that not got the features on there.
This felt like watching up growing Jordan. Growing up, watching Jordan.
Going to the
And
Wizards.
then you see Jordan on the Wizards when he put up that 2-point game. You like, God damn, good, not Jordan. Not my nigga.
Like he lost his edge
Yeah,
finally.
like he finally lost the power. Like,
Yeah.
It's like the what was the damn movie that he had with
Space Jam, where they had the magic juice,
It was like
the
out
water.
there without the magic juice. Like he said, nigga, pick that cup up, cuz whatever in
Man.
that cup, nigga, flick that lighter, drink the lean.
But it's
I'm surprised he didn't have no cash money. Like he didn't bring BG and all them back on there, bro.
Are
Nobody wanna hear
y'all
that shit,
surprised he
bro.
didn't put Drake and Nicki on that album?
No,
Nah,
bro.
I'm not.
No,
Y'all not surprised?
no, Nicki ain't been rapping it forever,
And Drake fucked this bitch.
Exactly, man.
Oh God.
But he was still doing music after Drake fucked this bitch
But
until we
yeah,
talked about it.
obligations, cuz let that go. They not cool. It's over with.
Yeah,
People
So why
was,
Drake got the nigga face on his damn
Cause he fucked his bitch.
that's how you say
social media.
sorry to niggas. This a weird ass way, but let me get you tatted on my body.
Yeah, but
Didn't Kendrick tell y'all niggas? Got his
Yeah.
face tatted, apologizing like
I don't
a
even
bitch.
if Drake was on the album, I still don't even think that would have like Rock and launched the album.
I think
to
the
be
last
successful.
couple songs they had together was pretty good.
Why do you
though.
think he didn't have like you just said, no cash
ain't
money,
nobody- not like
no
that.
young money rappers on there?
Drake is like well done steak, man. Ain't nobody fucking. It's too hot right now. You gotta let it cool down for a minute. He's still hot.
And Wayne, man, but it's I had high hopes because of the features he's done in recently, like 24, 25 existing features. Wayne has barred up and murdered niggas, and it's just like, damn, cuz like you could have did better on your own
Do
project.
you have a favorite song on that album? Since you know that's your.
I told you the one with Big Sean on there.
All right,
That's
so
the same one I
that's the
said.
Shark.
The country song.
The
Yeah,
Shark.
I didn't know that was country. See,
No, it was.
The fucking hook was
Snake,
country.
Yeah, Snake in the Grass.
Sharks,
Shark,
whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what he was
So
talking
y'all
about.
I think I like the intro. Welcome to the Carter. The second track.
I like the Shark
Thought it
song
was
for
good.
sure. Him and 2 Chainz, the little candy shops, whatever it's called. Little when they was talking about playing with your nose. I thought that was a funny song.
Man, 2 Chainz.
I like to be in myself.
You said 2 Chainz what?
His verse was ass. I'm not a fan of his rapping style. It's so simple. He rapped he's rhyming the same word with that exact word.
That's the same
Like,
thing.
that
Lil
shit is
Wayne.
ass.
I get it, but that's the same way Lil Wayne was rapping, and it was like more so like they was what they
Nigga
was
rhymed Dumbo with Matumbo.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is terrible. man.
At this point in Wayne's career, I want substance, bro. The barring up shit is cool, but where is the substance?
But do
what
you
the
think-
fuck are you talking
But
about?
has he ever really been an artist to give substance on?
Wayne gave
Yes,
gave
nigga.
substance.
He got hella substance on his mixtape.
Wayne
Go
gave
listen to
substance.
the Georgia Bush song. Go listen to
That's
that Pain song when he talking about
I
the
like Miss
breakup
My
with
Dog.
his chick.
But do you
I
feel
like
like
that Miss My
overall
Dog.
is what I'm saying? Like,
Overall, not really, but I do
Yeah,
like that.
so
Miss
is it
My
hard to
Dog
get
when
into
he's
that
talking about
bag?
BG,
I miss my dogs.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Wayne got he got songs
What
with
do you
substance.
mean? All those songs.
Receipt.
Yeah.
That nigga got hella
Don't
songs
get
with
too
substance.
comfortable, Mr. Carter. You got President Carter.
President,
You had-
okay, but
You had stuff. Most of his albums was full of substance. You don't
I
think
think
so?
It was
Let the
bar
beat
to
build,
bar.
even though that's
the beat build.
Them was still substance.
I like that
songs.
hustler
Yeah.
music. Hustler music.
Hustler music.
That was a good one. I don't think
The mob.
Money on my mind.
I look at Wayne more so as a bar rapper.
You don't think
not
that's
necessarily
substance? I
substance
think-
as far as like dropping game or knowledge. I don't feel like I can learn. Shout out to you, shout out to Nip. Like with Nip, I'm learning gems. I feel like with Wayne, it was more so entertainment.
Wayne has never been a teacher in music though.
Yeah.
Like, but when
I feel like you said, he was more bars to me than.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more
Great
entertaining.
punchlines.
Like, you know how the Harlem Globetrotter play? Like, we know that's not a real NBA team, but it's amazing how they play. Like, you got, or N1. You know how N1 used to do all the tricks and all that? Like, okay, that's Wayne. He not in the lead, though. You get what I'm saying?
But
Okay.
well, Wayne know he's not finna win with nobody. If Wayne would have came with all substance, niggas would be like, why this nigga ain't give us no bars? There
You
is
can
no
give
winning.
bars with substance.
You can.
We never
you
said
can.
don't bar
I know,
up.
I know.
But what are you rapping about as you're barring
And
up?
that's the thing, and that's the only thing I don't like because I remember the old Wayne when he talk about like the rapper eater. He said niggas get in the booth like, what are you doing? You need a subject, a predicate. What we talking about? Fake niggas, white bitches, this and that. Like Wayne had the recipe. I don't understand.
So is it official that Wayne fell off?
Yeah, he fell off. It's over
we
with.
Ben fell off
To me,
but
since Carter
we,
4.
we was trying to see the comeback.
It's
I
over
remember-
with.
Yeah, I remember.
I think he still got another one, Wayne. I still got hopes for
No,
him, Joe.
come on, don't do that.
You still can get in the bag.
He gotta make a song with Jay-Z or
Hey,
something.
Wayne, man. Get in the bag, get in the booth, sleep in that motherfucker, get the cup, get the weed. I ain't even hear the lighter flicking. But get in there, go crazy, because they already, you want them to do this right
Man, cut
now.
the dreads off, Wayne.
Hey, hey, facts, get the ball head, Wayne.
Man,
get the Jordan going on.
Yeah, let them dreads go.
This is like when Jordan came back with the 4-5, right? And then he wasn't.
And they told him, man,
He went to he went to the playoffs. Yeah, they was
Hey,
talking crazy about
and
it.
they said,
came back with the 2-3.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what he needs to do. He need to.
Hey, go put that 23
Hey,
on, man.
in other news, I just came here just to say I told you so. Because all these niggas argued me down.
We didn't argue, nigga.
Everybody argued me
You had
down.
heard something
I'm
already.
gonna say I didn't hear nothing.
This nigga love,
I didn't hear nothing.
trying to be so
I'm gonna say
right.
I'm gonna say I told you so.
What you talking about?
Mr.
Okay.
Viral strikes again. That's all this nigga want. He love that. Like, God damn, nobody give a fuck.
clip this part up, though.
Exactly. That nigga crazy. I
I
told
said,
y'all, nigga.
look at
I
the
told you,
receipt.
nigga. Listen to me, nigga. I'm gonna be
He
right.
gonna say,
This
back
nigga
in
crazy.
2022, look.
Yeah, this nigga crazy. Let me go find the clip. You didn't say shit, nigga. That day I didn't hear the. None of us had heard it.
You was arguing like a motherfucker. Listen,
I didn't
so-
argue.
So in other news, Timberland launches.
Finish your speech, nigga.
Timberland
That's what you
launches AI music company Stage Zero and signs his first AI artist, Tata. Now, he held a live,
Mhm.
and Young Guru, 19 Keys, and one other person was in on the live. And Young Guru, low-key, went in on Timberland about starting his company up, saying, man, you about to eliminate artists basically from the equation of the music industry. Because if I get an AI that can perfectly do anything, beats, rhymes, punchlines, hit any note, what push or driver is it going to have for people to want to learn to learn any type of artistry? So if I want to play a piano and I can just download the app real quick and upload it to the AI to play
Take the
Beethoven
incentive out, man.
flawlessly, why would any kid want to learn to play the piano? You're competing against AI. So he low-key was throwing darts at Timberland for starting this up, saying, hey man, you finna cause the end of the music industry, basically.
Do you feel like
what's the
Timberland
one
don't
thing-
care? He kind of like, my pocket's gonna be fat.
To one thing I'm gonna say you was right about this in Timberland. But at the same time, they've been stopped using instruments and stuff in the studio. You can go in there and get a whole drum set beat or upload pianos and play flutes and sax in the studio without needing a real one in real life. So other than that, the only thing I can say with artists, there can never be another you. So if you spit your real life, not no made up shit, your real life experiences, nobody can copy that, not even AI. So that's the only hope you're gonna really have. But other than
Rick
that, they
Ross.
snatching voices and doing everything else. So it might be ugly. If you can really create music, if that's really your passion, AI shouldn't be outdo you. You have a soul, AI doesn't. They're using a robot. They got to go off the next move of somebody else. And that's just predominantly going to be coming from him.
What I'll say about AI is it has the potential to be able to make catchier choruses, catchier hooks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How though?
Because AI is a tool that it
It's
takes
gonna
in
be
information and
rhythmic,
it
yeah.
learns and it grows.
AI still comes from the human. This what people still thinking. People really thinking AI is this smart, like to where it's navigating everything else, where it's just downloading new.
is.
No, they're. I told you they actually have jobs right now where they pay people to create the AI.
It learns patterns. It's really good.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the patterns. It ain't just one day you can start reading and smarten up. Like
No, but it is smartening up. That's a problem.
I know you're right, but they're keep updating it. They're updating.
No, but
it.
you're looking at like the basic models. The AI is learning on its own.
Where they have to have people check and balance those situations where they don't want that AI getting so smart where it's going to run everything like Terminator.
If Timberland go and put in his whole catalog of what he's produced and rapped and whatever the case is into AI, what's going to come from that? Again, it could be a lot. Like it has the potential to learn and grow at a faster rate and be catchier
and
and
it can
be
put
more.
out more samples. Like, say if you want to make a song about just being happy, it's gonna produce so many songs in an hour, just like happy, happy, happy. And you know, it can be a slow song.
And
fast
that's
song,
true too. Sampling, digging through the crates, it could probably find samples and make flips easier than a human can.
Than you can. Instead of you having to be well versed of different. You know, back in the day, we had to go through crate CDs, tapes.
It could be ugly.
Different beats.
It could get ugly.
But does that mean it's gonna be a hit?
It's going to be because as what we moving to now, everything is like TikTok based music now. If the kids can dance to it, or is this quickie, is a jingle, that's tend to be a hit. I mean, we just talked about Doja about her music. Like, don't nobody really know it except for the ones, you know.
Right, because I feel like AI is gonna download based off of maybe older hits and stuff like that. I get what y'all saying and tweaking it. Yeah, but they don't know. But it's gonna be like what they presume is a hit. That necessarily
so prime
mean.
example.
Okay, but look, that's why it gets the advantage because it has the information.
It does.
At the drop of the speed of light. It can look at patterns and what made a hit record a hit in any different time era, and it can even learn to predict what's going to be the future hit. So that's where the advantage is. With humans, we low-key rolling the dice. With the AI, it has all the information in its reach from the inception of music, basically.
Yeah.
And it's getting smarter. It's learning as it's going along.
It's funny because the song by Young LA, that Ain't I. Remember that song was out like in early 2000s. It just got back on TikTok and all the kids like, oh yeah, play that new song. Like, this song is old. You get what I'm saying? It's recycling. So where the AI is going to keep up with the trend of what's popping. So that like they was doing a money challenge. So that's why they were like, don't I be with Jay Money, Silver, everybody. So AI is going to keep up with that. It's going to be in the algorithm. So now kids is going to be bumping this and that's going to be like a new hit. They go sample off that and remake it.
Did he say anything about like what his goal was with this? Like, what's the reasoning behind signing an AI artist?
Okay, so basically what he said was, I'm not just producing tracks anymore. I'm producing systems, stories, and stars from scratch. He said, overall, the backlash has been strong. Fans have been voicing their disappointment, blah, blah, blah. He said, I love my independent artists. This doesn't mean I'm not working with real artists anymore. And no, I don't train AI off y'all music. This just means more creativity for creators. Going live tomorrow, let's talk about it. I mean, in other words, he's trying to soften the blow of what he's doing. Really, he's looking at it from a monetary gain aspect. I mean, I can have unlimited artists on my label and not have to pay y'all shit. The most I got to do is keep updated with the technology and keep it updated. I don't have to have no contract, no royalties, no advances. Once I pay for this, I own it. This is my shit.
I hate the fact though that we are taking the soul out of music, like Masai just said. It is going to take out the effect of someone really learning their craft and putting their all into it. Because sometimes music you can't feel. Good music you can feel. It hit your soul. It's subjective. You know what I mean? Whatever you're going through at that time, you feel it. Rather than sometimes that artificial made, it may not be as genuine. That's the only thing I am kind of like disappointed about. Because some people you got to feel it. Like the song. I was gonna say like the song "Brenda Got a Baby." You can feel passion on that.
That's so long ago.
When we heard Drake use Tupac, y'all liked it that?
Hell no.
Some people did.
I thought it was clever. I thought it was clever.
Yeah, but that's only a what? Which model was that? How long until they get it perfected to where you can't tell the difference if it's Pac or not? That might have just been the early beta model.
But even then, I'm gonna know the difference because it's gonna be his voice, but it's not Pac. I'm just gonna still listen to Pac music.
We're not saying it got to be Pac. It could be a new artist that you don't know that you just start liking. Like, oh shit, who is this? He dope. Where he from?
And it's
all of a sudden you find out AI. 2 years later down the line, it's AI.
It's formulas already. Like, I'm not with AI, but look at Atlantic and the way they put out artists, and it might be a real person, but these niggas is following an outline of what to do.
You feel like
what kind of songs to make?
These niggas are robots.
Yeah, like what to promote. You know what I mean? What to wear? What drama to get into? Like it's a.
Do you feel like this AI will be easier for like music that don't need a vocalist, like jazz or something like that, or you can just like let the beat ride and the AI create his own beat?
I think it's worse, bro. I think this is the worst thing to ever happen to music to me. How can an AI make a slipping? Like you can't get that feeling. How does an AI make a dear mama? You have to have real live
Substance.
life experience to produce some of these songs. So to just throw that through some type of damn computer program and to read the algorithm and see what people are clicking on the most, and then it's creating it based off of that, that changed the whole dynamic of music.
But for y'all to say that AI is gonna be more dangerous and then saying that can't be recreated, then like I said, an artist shouldn't have nothing to really worry about with that.
But you should, because record labels are going to start looking at it at, well, I can get unlimited hits
More
with this
profit.
AI,
Yeah.
more profit. I'm not signing you. I don't give a how much passion you come with.
And
This AI is going to make me guaranteed hits.
yeah, and it comes to a point where it's like, again, I think each generation people say something they'll never listen to or never condone, but these companies have a way of force feed motherfuckers to the point where it's like, you're going to fall in love with it anyway. We're going to brainwash you to anyway. Like, no matter what. So if, like you said, they do start falling in love with the AI and be like, you know what, this is the way we're moving, they'll figure out a way to get the masses to buy into it.
I don't think AI is gonna be able to make a guaranteed hit. It's only gonna be a hit if we agree it's a hit.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
I don't really see that happening. I see where it can go wrong, but I don't see, oh, they can just get in there and cut the artist out and say this is this. Oh, we like because y'all like this in the studio. Because now you don't even have the creativity behind it, but you still have to get the masses to like it.
And I don't think AI.
How hard is it to
I
get
don't
the
think
masses to
think
do that?
AI could create
don't think
another
it's
Missy
hard.
Elliott or something like
Well,
that.
no, see, you think
That's hard to do.
Hold on.
Hold
How
on.
hard is it to get the masses to like something?
But for
It's
one,
easy.
You just got to get somebody famous to like
if
it.
it's
Really,
that easy,
That's
all
it.
these artists would be blowing up.
No, how nigga,
No,
to
what I-
produce a hit, they put about $1 million behind it. So they force you to like it.
But-
First you say it's trash, then they play it on the radio over and over and over. They have it in advertising
It get
over and over and
brainwashed,
over.
yeah.
They
Oh, that's cool.
force the hit. That's how the hits is damn
Some
amazing
things
today.
they force and
What's the last organic hit?
Let me see, and I still
Wait, hold on.
and I still discarded. But this is what I was
Time
finna
out.
say.
Hold on. He just
Nah.
asked a last organic hit. That's easy, bro. We can always say prime example. We can throw Nip out there. We can throw the song.
What was Nip organic hit?
Nigga, Not Like Us was
I
the
think-
last organic hit, nigga. It's
There
probably
you
other
go.
hits.
I
nigga.
don't think that
Not
was
like us
organic.
ain't organic.
I don't think that
Why?
was organic.
What you mean?
Kendrick
Bro,
made it from the root.
The amount of money and push that went
What
behind that
is
record.
the organic hit?
What do you mean? What is an organic hit? Okay,
I think Fetty Wap's. I think Fetty Wap's run was probably the last organic hits.
Why do you think
Bobby
that was
Shmurda.
organic?
I mean,
I'm gonna say
okay,
Bobby Shmurda, hot nigga.
They
Yeah.
pushed that.
No, he made that song.
That was on YouTube and
He
it just started
spent-
cracking. Yeah,
He spent like $20 to make the song.
that's
The
very
song
true.
was already going viral in the hood.
World Star
That's how
posted
he
it.
got this. That's how he got lit off the song. Same thing with Chief Keef.
Soulja
His
Boy
shit
did
was
it too. Then
organic
remember
hit.
he was doing it with
The
the Get Rich or Die.
ringtones? Oh,
Yeah. Well,
okay.
he put under 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, and he was doing that. Soulja Boy, tell him that.
Yeah.
You know, he did it like that. I mean, it's people out there that
We
did
only
it.
heard Hot Nigga because it got pushed.
No, it was already lit in New York.
Exactly, New York. It's a lot of people that's lit in the city out here,
And he
then
had-
they get
he-
behind labels and push
when he
it.
threw that hat up and said about a week ago, fuck with us, and like the whole thing, I think that added to it too. Once World Star
And he
posted
did a
it,
dance with
yeah,
it.
yeah,
He did a
it
little
went
dance with it.
viral.
So
He
I mean,
had a
there
little
is
run.
organic hit out there, bro.
It's more his.
But
it's
that's
more his
10,
that's
that's
organic.
10, 15
No, it's something out
years
there,
ago.
bro. We
damn
just
near.
not
Other
thinking
year,
of the
nigga
top
ain't
of
thinking
my
right
head.
off the top of the head.
Yeah, it's
way
something
more
out there, bro.
organic
Because
hits.
like I feel like They Not Like Us was technically is an organic hit because it was a beat.
That's not organic. To
What
me.
you mean? That's a beat. He's going at directly one person.
Yeah, but
if it wasn't organic, then every other song should have been as big as that one.
Exactly.
No,
Yes.
What you mean?
Why? It's pushed by
No.
the same people.
that was a party song.
It don't matter what type of song
They didn't
it
push
was.
those other songs.
What you,
Man,
but
every
Ken-
song
Kendrick
got
party
pushed.
songs, though.
They didn't push those other songs.
Who
You said
didn't
Kendrick
push?
got.
Kendrick does have like other like little songs you can play.
He
like,
do.
No, not
Why
like
You
us.
Baby Sin only 2 or 3. Like,
Swimming,
play that.
swimming
Not
pools.
like
He got-
not like us was a hit, but once they did what they did behind it with the bots and all of that, they kind of took the organicness away from it.
But it still was a hit. It was still like Messiah just said, bro. It's still a guaranteed hit.
It was
because
a slap
once we
first time I
played,
heard it.
Once we played it, we all did. We
For sure.
bumped it. Didn't no,
no,
bots.
first
didn't-
time I heard it for sure. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't like
not
that.
it.
It wasn't like we were sitting up there. Hey, you got to.
Nigga, it didn't even have to be pushed. Niggas was waiting for Kendrick to drop on the internet.
Exactly.
It didn't even have to be no machine. Nigga, everybody was uploading. Soon as Kendrick dropped again, now niggas waiting again.
Exactly.
Kendrick dropped, then everybody went up on it. So it's like, you can say what's organic, what ain't. Organic to me is if the person actually made the music and did everything else, their own lyrics, and wrote it themselves, then it came from organic from the soil.
That's not an organic hit
To me, it is.
Well,
to you, but that's not an organic
you
hit.
ain't do what define organic because you keep saying machines and stuff. All these rappers you knew been behind machines.
Only person that's only doing hits like that is like Quick.
crazy.
The only person I can think of top of my head like that is Quick, who's producing their own beat and then getting down there
And it's still pushed behind the label. If you ain't signed behind no label, then what are you saying? None of them niggas is
So
organic.
Nip is the last one to do it. Then if you say organic,
He
Nip-
still had
was
distribution
signed. He
and
had
stuff like
distribution
that.
and all that.
But
Nip
that's
wasn't
what I'm
never.
saying. His
He wasn't really
definition of organic
independent.
ain't organic.
Yeah.
you kind of changing the goalposts.
All I'm saying is I don't like the AI entertainment label. I don't like the AI artist stuff. I just see this 5-10 years down the road becoming a huge problem for humans. It's like we're in a rush to eliminate ourselves in every way possible. Everywhere I look, we're in a rush to get AI and the computer to do what we have been doing since the beginning of time. And now we're being eliminated from almost every field. What the fuck are humans going to be doing?
We can combat it and not bump it.
It's
That's the only
technology
way.
though. The advancement of technology, like you said, is killing the attention span, which is making people just hurry up and buy. Like I want it so I want it so fast that I'm willing to sacrifice
Cut corners.
the
and
love
just
and the
get
art
it.
of it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's gonna come
It's like-
faster.
Yeah, it's like the microwave effect at that point. I
Yeah.
want it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before we get into the AI, before we get into the LA Ice Riots, which I know that's what y'all all waiting for. One story caught my eye when I was out of town. And this is a story we have been foreshadowing since we started podding, right? We started learning about the WWE stuff. We started seeing people getting the beefs over nothing, over content. So there were two YouTubers who had an ongoing beef, and this beef escalated to the point of no return. I think they both was from Vegas. One of the dudes was live streaming in Vegas. His ops seen him live streaming. He went live, said he was headed to where dude was at, and dude basically got gunned down on live in front of his wife. I think his wife got chipped too. Like
did.
2 or 3 people got
Yeah,
shot.
do y'all think
Him and
the
his wife
girl-
got gunned
The
down.
day before he was on live all day looking for
Already
him
talking
too.
about
Yeah,
it.
dude was on live saying, I'm gonna come see you, blase, blah. So he's on the strip. It looked like dude walked by him. And then I don't
The
know if
female
the
said
female
something.
said something to him. He doubled back. Him and dude get into some words. He pull out a gun. Bam. Gun him down. So this is a case of too real for TV. The content went too far. The trolling went too far. And I think all of this was over a YouTube copyright strike or something like that. I
Nah,
think
they
dude
said he
struck
got his
his
copyright
page.
strike, but then they tried to say the other dude was, I think he did something else before that to the dude and stuff like that. But regardless, it shouldn't have happened, like you said. But that's what I'll be telling people. We say this all the time. Everybody not playing like you. And even if you wasn't playing, if you acting like you about that life, you putting that energy out there, you are attracting it. And you a YouTuber streaming in Vegas with a nigga looking for you in Vegas for 5-7 hours. He was on there for 2 hours, matter of fact, before a dude caught up with him. And he was asleep. And this is one thing I want to say to the women. If your man has an issue with a man,
Stay out of
in
that
your
shit.
place.
stay in your mother place. Call your man or call who's ever else is next to you. Don't address the man. He's on edge. Came back. You see her trying to argue. And she said it in the video. Who you gonna unalive? Like you
I'ma
thought
show
you
you,
was
bitch.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the man accused of killing 2 people on the Las Vegas Strip made his first court appearance Tuesday. Police say Manuel Ruiz shot and killed a couple over an ongoing feud. According to an arrest report, Ruiz claimed he was acting in self-defense. All of this shit is on video, so to say you acting in self-defense is literally insane and crazy. I don't know, bro. No, he was on tape, but that's pretty insane.
I mean, I would do the same thing.
It was unethical. It was stupid and and he deserves to be in prison, says Marquise Wiley, who's the host of the YouTube page, The Wiley Show. The YouTube world is responding after a shooting that led to Finley's death. Okay, so he's talking about the people who got killed. Dude apparently was a father, a husband, blah, 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 family man. They said he wasn't like that. I mean, you know, it went too far though. I mean, it was, you're about to do life over YouTube.
Yeah, it ain't
Like,
that
how
serious.
fucking stupid do you gotta be? You're gonna be in a cell for the rest of your life, beating your dick, thinking about freedom, being told when to shit, when to piss, being told what to do by other inmates over fucking YouTube.
You ended YouTube, he thought he ended his life. So you said I'm ending yours, nigga. You know how long it took me to build this up? Cuz said it's a
I built
wrap.
this shit
You know
brick
how
by
long it
brick,
took me?
yeah.
I guess in his mind, he was standing on business. Nigga thought it was a game. He said, how you gonna come in my city and think I'm not gonna find you? So even with that, he made videos, and I'm sure people sent him these videos. You gotta be more on your toes. That's why I be talking about underestimating people. You never know what point somebody else is on the edge. And you might have sent them over that edge. Regardless, like you said, it was stupid. But at the end of the day, to him, his reasons was valid. Like I said again, females, stay in a female place. It's not hard for a man to man down you or even knock you in beat your chin up and put you to sleep. Like, it's not hard. But women think they aggressive and you want to get at a man crazy. You should have just tapped your mans and maybe you could have warned him. Or maybe to say, who's this? I ain't gonna say, because he for sure seen y'all. If he out there trooping and looking like that, because it looked like he walked right by, tried to play dumb.
That's what I'm
Probably
saying.
wanted to hit you in the back of the head, but once the female blew his cover, because she went after him first. You see the dude, he out his mind, just so focused on the damn live. It's like you got to have eyes and ears to the streets. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so apparently this feud has been going on for like 2 years.
I'll tell you, that's what I said. They've been going
That's
crazy.
real smoke.
They had
2
another-
years is crazy.
They had another incident in the Valley, which ended in dude getting pepper sprayed. So they said there was a pepper spray incident and a scuffle on Fremont Street. So they already had a physical altercation, caught a fade. Somebody got pepper spray. I'm assuming his wife most likely probably pulled out the pepper spray in the midst of the scuffle. So she was already involved back then, I'm assuming, because I can't see a grown man other than Charleston White pepper spraying another grown man. So
this was at saying that this next time is on site for sure.
It been on site.
It's
fella.
violence.
At this point, man, the podcast game is like becoming a rap game. Now it's like a circus act. Everybody's trying to do it. Everybody trying to have that gangster mentality. And one thing about us,
Was he really acting?
I was just about to say this, bro. One thing about us, we don't really play. I don't never incite violence or anything like that. It's just like, look, bro, let's just be chill because we know what it's like to be on the other side of that coin. For him to do it and do it on live, on camera, I don't know where they do that at. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, that's never been cool. Whatever you go do, you don't put yourself out there like that. I'm not saying incite any type of violence, but my thing is this, you putting that shit on camera, you're a fucking fool.
He didn't put
gonna
it
do
on
it.
camera. The other dude was
It
streaming.
don't matter though.
oh no, he
didn't-
put it on camera because they was on the Vegas strip. You know
live.
for a
It
fact
don't
you on
matter if
camera.
you.
No,
it don't matter.
no.
It don't-
I'm talking. You talking about the dude that shot him, right?
Yeah, like he
He didn't put it on camera.
It
The
don't
dude,
matter. You still on the Vegas strip where cameras
bro.
and cell
If I'm gonna
phones.
blow your brains on the
I don't
Vegas
care
strip,
where
you
I'm
think I
at,
care about a
really, yeah.
camera? All them cameras on the strip.
You finna
You
get
think
yours.
I'm getting my man. I'm not
Bro,
thinking about no camera.
He live streamed himself all the way up until the point he got to the strip. So he literally left
Tattletale on
evidence
himself.
from his house
Right.
all the way to the strip and did it on camera on the strip. And mind you, Manuel Ruiz is 41.
Oh wow.
The dude he killed, Rodney Finley, is 44.
So these are
and
grown-ass
Rodney
men.
Finley's wife, Tanisha, is 43. So really put that into
You
perspective.
40 years old.
You have 40-plus-year-old adults crashing out and ending their life over YouTube. The internet is becoming, not even becoming, it's well past
It's worse than the
a
streets.
problem. Like he said, this is damn near the new rap game.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to podcast. I just seen Walmart. They just opened up
yeah.
the first ever podcast studio in a Walmart in Tennessee.
They replaced Lens Crafters.
They said $11.90, and they said $11.99 a month. You can go pod all day.
So
That's crazy.
everybody wants to podcast ever since they just dropped how much money
Like
was
7
dished
billion.
out. Something billion with a B
Yeah, it's
was
crazy
dished out
work.
to podcasters. But at what point at 40 years old, a husband, a
Come
father,
on.
do you crash out and kill somebody over views?
And that's where I'm saying he clearly
I don't think it was over views. I think it was over disrespect.
it don't matter though,
It
bro.
started from online though.
It
Right.
started
Nah, I
from online,
agree.
and on top of this, bro, we 40 years old, homie. We don't move like we in our 20s no more. If you got an issue with a person, we know when to catch somebody.
That's y'all, but a lot of niggas don't.
Yeah, you can't compare that.
A lot
Yeah.
of niggas, bro.
What
just,
you mean? Vegas is
You
right
could
down
you
the
could
street.
be
No, no, no,
hold on.
hold on.
Ego
Hold
ego
on.
has
A
no
lot of-
age.
A lot of cats move from the city to go to Vegas. I'm not saying they LA associate or whatever the case may be, but Vegas is LA's cousin, Long Beach cousin, whatever you want to call it. It's right down the road. They got a lot of politics that fall in line with ours.
It
Bro.
don't matter about the politics. It's different when you actually live something versus just being around something. That develops a different mentality. Everybody don't move like that. So regardless, we can say what we want. It's 2025. What ain't been happening under the sun? Nigga, we see everything. Niggas, it's murders on camera every day.
Ego,
you can get
ego,
on there every day.
Yeah, I get it. But he
ego,
just-
and critical thinking skills has no age. You could be a 21-year-old and be able to control your ego and have more
Or
critical
find
thinking
somebody-
skills.
Let
than
me tell you
somebody
this.
that's
Hold
40.
on, one mic. Let
You could
let him.
have, you could be able to control your ego more than a 41-year-old man. Just because he's 41, bro ain't never had it. He doesn't understand or doesn't know how to check his ego, and that's what got him into what got him
Or he
into.
didn't think nothing could get real. This is what I be saying about stuff spilling over. In the same way that go for us too. You never know who we could trigger. We could be on here saying things and getting at people, and they could be feeling the way when they see us. Regardless, it's just gonna be handled different. But at the same time,
what you just said, it's gonna be handled.
it's gonna be handled
differently.
different because we're not gonna be moving like online doing stuff that they doing because of being in situations and growing up a certain way. This dude is 40-something years old, probably ain't never even been in the streets or been on nothing. So he's not even aware that somebody else could be on that
Take
type
that
of time.
serious.
Because he's thinking in his mind, I'm not really on that.
But if you in the podcast game, you're over 40 years old, you know about the culture. It don't even matter if you're not off the porch, bro. You should know better, homie. You shouldn't be on your P's and Q's, 10 toes down, look around, check your surroundings, bro. If you know you got beef out here and you just said he live streamed his way up to the strip, bro, be on point.
He not thinking this beef. It's
Bro,
YouTube.
don't matter,
The thing
bro.
is that you're missing is YouTube. He's not
Again.
thinking I don't got no beef with nobody.
But
I'm
look,
a YouTuber.
This is what we was trying to tell Brandon Ruckus. Is everybody not playing? And you don't know where everybody headspace is at. You might be thinking it's just YouTube, it's content, because I'm not gonna take it that far. You don't know how far the next person is gonna take it. This is why I kept telling y'all, you cannot dictate somebody else's response to your disrespect. You just think it's just online words of quarrel. Okay, we caught a little fade on Fremont Street. He got pepper sprayed. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna go live in the city, taunt him again. That nigga like, what? You got pepper, I got pepper sprayed. I've been thinking about that for 2 years. I'm finna kill this nigga on site, on camera, in front of his wife, in front of the Bellagio, in front of everybody on the strip. Cuz did not give a fuck. These dudes be off drugs, all type of shit. And like Cali said, ego has no age.
Facts.
I think
and let me say one more thing, Short, what you gotta decipher too. It's different when we was coming up. You can mark.
older than
let me
us,
let me
though,
tell you though. Let me tell you though. It's different from us. You can mark somebody out, and you know you marked him out, see him again, and be like, okay, Mark. Like, and you ain't worried about him. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get marked out on camera.
I'ma still be
let me say this. Niggas get marked out on camera, and the world see it. Now they ready to crash out about it, but they don't even care that they know they ready to throw their life away over because what
Hey,
other people
Messiah.
gonna say and what other things
Check
people
this
see.
out though, but this is where the flip coin out. Even if you did mark somebody out, even if they is the ops, if you know they in the same proximity, are you not gonna still have a side eye on them? Aren't you?
Bro,
always keep an
that's
eye?
you though. Listen,
You know,
this is no, Short. This is what you
These
gotta
cats
do,
is
bro.
40 years old,
Short, this is
homie.
what you gotta do. Eliminate yourself from the situation. Everybody's not thinking and moving like you.
But don't-
obviously,
Vegas got gains though.
it doesn't
You keep
matter.
saying
Hold
what
on.
they
And y'all
are.
also got to think about when we talking about content, bro filmed himself from the house there. He probably didn't think, again, because a lot of niggas don't have control over themselves. He probably didn't think he was going to take out the heater and do him
It
in.
was just for show.
No, it's not that it's just for show. It's that it's, hold on. It's not that it's just for show. How many niggas make a brash decision and regret it for the rest of their life?
But
Like,
what
bro
I'm saying-
pulled it out,
But what I'm saying
blamed
is
him, and that
we
was
all
it.
He
know
kept emptying the clip, and for that he was searching. The dude, this is what I mean when I say people move different. He sat in one spot in Vegas for 2 hours. I'm not. If we going live and bro got his camera up, in 10 minutes we gone. Hey, it's time to go. What the fuck is you doing? We're not staying in no spot for no 2 hours, nigga. Make another video somewhere else. That's out, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? Niggas on camera like
Nah,
this looking crazy.
My thing is
I
this.
agree with you.
Didn't know one
But-
person that walked by. You never pay attention to
Hey,
nothing.
what kind of streamer was Cuz? Was he an NPC streamer? Because that's
He
crazy.
might have been out
Bro,
there.
what-
And then
Glizzy, yeah,
Even
got
when
his ass.
even when his girl approached, that was a whole different move. And this how you know they move different because let that be our girl. They gonna bend let a nigga know. Hey, what's up with that? They don't even got to be nobody we know. They gonna be on cue already, being our eyes and ears and that.
And they not provoking
the
shit.
girl did exactly.
Yeah.
The girl didn't even warn him or let him know nothing. She tried to act like she was a bully, and he whipped out one play and smacked her dumb ass. Now I'm just like, man, it is what
Let
it
this
is.
be a
Yeah.
prime example. All this trolling, all this playing, everybody's not playing. Play with who's playing with you. This we was telling people when we was having our little back and forth and people couldn't understand why we was moving the way we was moving because of situations like this. Y'all don't think shit stink till y'all smell it. Y'all think everything a game. Y'all think everybody playing. Y'all in the comments trolling everybody because I know dude probably was reading them comments for 2 years
Got gassed
about how
up.
he got pepper sprayed, this, that, and the
He
third.
couldn't wait to
And that
catch
shit
it.
was eating him alive. He probably was in the Reddit and everything. He like, man, I'm killing him and his wife on site. And that's exactly what he did. Didn't think about it. He knew he was on camera. He seen the nigga live streaming right there. The last image we got to do is sitting here looking in the camera.
So
Then you hear like 16 shots
you know,
go
but
on.
you know what's crazy, and this might be far-fetched to say, it's almost a possibility that the dude didn't even see him. because the way unless he wanted to get up on him and get him from behind, but I'm like, if you got a gun, there's no point because he walked by.
I don't think he's seen him.
Then the girl said something.
Exactly.
Oh shit!
The girl spotted him
Because he was way over there in the crowd. He didn't even see bro because he was still live streaming. He walked way past him. Then the dumb bitch said something and he doubled back.
Who you finna come do all this? Got loud and did all that stuff. And that's the shit we be talking about.
And it is like someone's problem, someone's life is our entertainment because we talking about it now. Old boy sitting in the cell, regretting it. So
is he regretting it?
I mean,
Nah,
he not
about
to get rich. Ain't nobody about to do a GoFundMe, put money on this.
But everybody that smacks something don't be regretting it.
Nah, you regretting it.
No, hold on. Then if that's the case, then if he would have smacked something, he would have been smarter about it. We can't go back and forth about saying, short, take yourself out the situation.
Why I say, because I got to be smart if I smack something?
No, I'm
nigga,
not
I
saying
didn't care, nigga.
Nah,
that's all
bro.
Because if you
get smacked,
if I say he don't regret it, he got to be smart about it. Like, no, bro, he didn't care. Every nigga didn't do that.
Listen, if
you're connecting the wildest dots.
Bro, if you want to go, listen, if you want to go to the pen, then you crazy. Want to go to the pen is crazy.
I just said he probably didn't care, so he knew the risk.
He gonna care, bro.
No, you gotta be smart about it.
Gotta be smart, bro. I mean, if he didn't on camera,
if he didn't
bro,
regret it, he was trying to get away.
I don't know why y'all laughing because y'all listen. He gonna be in there. He in there motherfucking miserable. Y'all nigga in there miserable. I don't give a fuck.
That's the point of not regretting. God, don't give no fucks.
Nah, he care, bro. I ain't the hardest nigga alive. Nigga regret being in there, bro.
Nah, hell yeah.
The hardest nigga alive. We joking, my nigga. In the comments,
I'm gonna tell you when you gonna regret it.
I'm
gonna tell you when you gonna regret it. Because this one I regretted it. That first wet dream you have when you wake up, like what the fuck? The fuck is going on?
You wake up to
I ain't had no pussy in that long, nigga.
Hey, and the homie
That's when you
taking
get
a
to regret
gangster.
shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what's worse, nigga. When you had that nightmare that you in prison and you wake up thinking you out, like, oh,
Man.
I'm glad that was a dream.
Bro.
And your ass still in that cell. Yeah, that's when you get to
Hey, you
regret.
know what?
I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna take a little longer than that. It's gonna take longer. It's gonna take some years down the line. And then when he realized, like, it's gonna hit him like, damn, I ain't never coming home.
I ain't never coming home.
Like, because when I think about when I took time, I was just like, man, it is what it is. This my new life. This what's going on. I'm out to accept it. And you get to like year 6 or 5, and you like,
Hey.
then you start to really start thinking about things. But other people it might take them longer. But I have met people that be like, nigga, I don't even care about going home.
Hey,
Ain't nothing to go home to.
It's
So,
funny. I had a
it
dream
just
like that
depends.
too. I had a dream like alarm went off. Low key, it's funny. I thought I was late for work. Woke up, you like, damn.
On the game, nigga woke up on that
man.
bump.
But
Like,
look, at the same time, cuz,
Yeah,
y'all saying he gonna regret it, it's like, cuz, like you said, he 40-some years old. He still ain't became shit in his life. You ended his YouTube career. That was probably the last. That probably was his last strike.
He won't never
You struck
do-
me, nigga. That was my last strike of being something in life. To him, he like, nigga, it's over anyway.
That's disgusting.
Podcasting in the pen.
Some people don't value that shit.
Ending it over YouTube is crazy
Nah,
work.
it is,
Y'all
it
really
is.
got to get y'all life together, and sometimes y'all got to unplug, man. Get back in nature. Go for a hike once a week. Y'all
said,
got
do
to
some
get
grounding.
do some
you
grounding.
do,
Y'all got to get in touch with the real world, because y'all are becoming one with this computer screen and these mics, and y'all not telling the difference between reality and virtual
Some
reality.
people are moving with the helmet things on their head without actually having it on. You know, they get so caught up on the internet. It's getting wild out here. It's
Hey, but
spooky
look.
and hilarious.
We've been going for a while. Let's jump right into it, man. LA is on fire. LA is going crazy.
Literally.
I was literally just downtown Long Beach, and I seen the protesters with the F-ICE signs and the Mexican flags and all of that. They was downtown Long Beach today. As y'all all know, they've been shutting down the freeways. They've been on the 105. I think they've been on the 405. They've been everywhere all around Los Angeles. They've been throwing rocks at.
They was in Compton too, right there off of like by the Ducky Hood, right there off of like Atlantic and Alondra. And
They
that's
tripping
that
over
borderline.
there.
Yeah, that borderline of Paramount and Compton. Oh, it's wild. And that's where they was throwing the stones,
Yeah,
big stones
yeah.
and bricks at the trucks and
They
things
low-key
like that.
laying them pallets out on purpose.
Okay, so basically we've been talking about this immigration thing for a while, ever since the presidential election went on. Y'all pretty much know all of our stances by now, but let's get into how y'all feel about it now that the raids and the deportations are actually going on. We're seeing people being snatched out of schools. We're seeing people being snatched off the graduation stages. I think a couple people got snatched out some funerals. I think a couple people got snatched out of the immigration building.
They did.
Going to get their paperwork legally. Now, before we did this topic, because I knew it was coming up, I talked to some of the immigrants that I personally know in real life, because a lot of people are speaking on this and not even talking to immigrants. I know immigrants in real life. I done work with immigrants from Jamaica, immigrants from Belize. I know immigrants from all over. So I wanted their take on it. And the ones that I know that are here legally, they're all for the deportations. They said, my family came here legally. My grandparents came here legally. They got the paperwork. They flat out told me, I got hella family and friends who, once they got here, they just said, fuck the paperwork. I know people who've been here 30, 40 years and they had every opportunity to get their paperwork and they just never did. And they were telling me how easy it was to get the paperwork when they first came. One of the dudes from Belize told me, shit, nigga, my grandma came here. She done went back and forth to Belize 4 or 5 times without the paperwork. That's how easy it was. Finally, she went and got it, wind up getting Social Security for her kids back there. Then we came, he got his paperwork. Then his wife came, got their paperwork. But he was telling me the reason he is for the deportations is because he knows a lot of people from Belize or from Jamaica who done a lot of things over there and they flee here. And he's saying if they were ever to have to go back there, there's people waiting for them and they're going to be killed like on sight. Like they done great people. They done caught so many bodies or they done robbed so many people. They done so many crimes back home and they flee to the U.S. to flee being punished for their crimes. Right. So he's like, if they ever get deported back, I'm telling you, it's people there, it's families there, and they waiting to kill them dudes. So he's like, that's why he's for it, because he knows a lot of the criminals come here. And since we can't dictate who's a criminal and who's not, you got to send everybody back and come and do it the right way.
I told you they should have did it like how they did on Scarface when they was trying to bring them through. But on top of that, I just seen something about over 200-something pedophiles just got swooped up. So I just think, I brought this up when we was talking about it on live, like y'all really forget that Obama had the most deportations. Yeah. He did the most. It's just, I feel like it's the fact because it's Trump pushing it, and it's the fact that the way they're going about it now. But also people didn't riot and do all this when Obama was doing it. I think it was more silent and under the table versus just coming to snatch people. Trump is more on the aggressive tip where I'm like, nigga, I'm tripping. And that's what it is. And I think the biggest problem of it is that you feel like you got the workers that's 30, 40-something years old with no record, where you could like probably give them some type of paper. So I think that's where everybody's mad about. And then you breaking up, you see children coming out and they fathers or they mothers. I also seen some people take the route of just taking their family peacefully. Like, instead of letting me worry about for the rest of my life if they gonna come snatch me up, let me just take my family and figure it out from there. So I'm assuming they might go back. Because you got to think the people that's out here really is tripping and they catch you, they might ban your ass from the U.S. forever. Let alone talking about getting your paperwork. You get up to the front, they talking about denied.
And we got to make this be known, because Hispanics have made themselves be the face of this immigration thing because we here in Cali. They jumped in front of that bullet. But you guys are not the only immigrants. So when we're talking about this immigration topic, you guys are coming out saying, oh, y'all racist, y'all from Long Beach, y'all hate Hispanics, this, that, and the third. No, we're talking about all immigrants. There's black immigrants as well. Yeah. Did you not just hear me say, I know Indians, Haitians, I know some Nigerians, I know some Jamaicans. We're talking about them too. They gotta go too. If you don't got the paperwork, your ass got to go. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. The freeways is overcrowded. The jobs is being taken. It's shit going on that y'all want to act like it's not going on, but it's going on, and we got to be real about it. And yes, that's cool if they came over here and they were, providing for their families and being good citizens and all of that. But what y'all keep forgetting is coming here illegally in itself is a crime in itself. So y'all can say, oh, they not doing no crime. Nigga, coming here illegally was the crime. And we can sit here and cry about this was Mexico before and all of that. Well, guess what? Y'all gave that shit up for about $15 million. I'm not going to say y'all sold it by choice, but at the end of the day, after the war, you still showed it. Whether it was you seceded the land and you sold it by force, whatever the case, it was sold. So at the end of the day, whatever you can't protect, you can't keep. So unless you could take this back by force, you can't keep it. And the whole time that you was here without that paperwork, you had opportunities to get the paperwork. I just sat here and told you, I sat here and looked this man in the face. He told me he has family who been here 30 years and never gave a fuck about getting the paperwork. They got here, got comfortable, and was like, oh, this ain't gonna never change. They never thought this day would come. Now that this day has came, they started panicking. But they had ample time to get the paperwork. There's no way you was here for 20, 30, 40 years and you never tried to get the paperwork once, because it wasn't always this long, drawn-out process the way it is now. Back then, you damn near walk in the office, fill out the paperwork, bam, you got your card.
Yeah. I agree.
They chose not to do it. So why
gotta be
should we feel
accountable.
sorry for you not handling your business when you had every single opportunity to do that?
You got to be accountable of that. It's like driving on expired license. You know your license is expired, and if you get put over by the police, you can't be mad at the police because your license expired. You got to be accountable. You should have went to the DMV and handle your business. But go ahead, Cali. I know you.
Nah, yeah, I think it's a convoluted, complex situation, right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't think it's just as black and white as if you break the law, you break the law, right? I think we can look at multiple situations in our own community where people do things that might be looked at as wrong, but the certain reasons they do it is right. So it's a complex, convoluted thing. I'm on record saying I didn't agree with the mass deportations. I said I was okay with it for the criminals, and I still believe that there's technology and there's ways for them to reach out to Mexico, Belize, Jamaica, all these different places, and to be able to communicate with those places to have the criminals' names and find their locations. But they just don't want to.
They don't want to take those steps to
They
do it.
don't want to take the steps to do it because I believe
But
in
how
2020.
do you find that here, though?
What do you mean?
I mean, if they came here illegally, a lot of these people have aliases. A lot of these people are not
Social
using their
security
real
cards
name.
out
Then.
here,
So
yeah.
to communicate back to a foreign country, try to get a name of a foreigner who came here illegally, there's no way that they're here using their real names. And then you just gonna be able to put it in the database and find their real name. That's why I'm like, the resources, the time, and the money it will cost to do that is really not
You
realistic.
think so though?
Or
Because you got to think of it
hell
right now.
yeah.
Like, look, just for them to come down here and start the protest, it's 134 million. ICE's budget is about $1 billion. Their bonus for this is $42,000 in a year. So you break that down quarterly, what's that? That's like damn near $12,000 every quarter. Whereas in the average bonus in the government is $2,500.
Y'all see
so
the
they
ad?
Yeah,
getting
but now you're talking about manpower.
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, they're
Now you
putting
talking
a lot of
about
money
hours?
in. They're putting a lot of money in doing it this way. In my opinion, they could have put a lot of money in doing it a different way.
They using your money. It's taxpayer money.
I was gonna say. So speaking of money, remember when COVID happened? How the world shut down, people were dying and things like that. It was like for the economy, it was a good balance because now that's people you don't have to pay on Social Security, all those public money that was going to people who they didn't really want to pay to. What about the people that are illegal immigrants that are getting the money? So like right now, rent is high. You got illegal immigrants taking up apartments that people that pay normal rent have to pay, but we don't get paid under the tables because we're paying taxes into Social Security and things like that. These people are eliminating all that because they're getting paid under the table. That's what, for them, it's better for them to do that than for people that are actual citizens. So I do feel like it's a economy move where the money has something to do with it because we got all this parking taken up by illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going for them on a discount while we're paying for it.
What about the people on?
Right.
What about the people on government housing that live in apartments that are driving up the prices of your apartment because they're not paying the adequate amount? It's like, to me, I'm just looking at it like,
No,
it's a
that's
push and a
because
pull
they're
for every
Americans. So by
for
them
every
being an American
side.
citizen, and
But
they
we're
qualify-
advocating to get rid of that as well.
No, I understand that, but
As a
so for
budget cut.
people that are here, that's their right to get it. But that's like you going to somebody party uninvited and then you leaving with like multiple plates.
My thing with that short is that
you
like
didn't even come. Like you get what I'm saying?
And
You
then
wasn't even invited.
it's to the point where a lot of it's like you'll get people like situations I heard of like an immigrant might come out here and say she's a maid or something that works for you, like you said, getting paid under the table. You're paying them. They're living with you for free. And then they sending all that money they make with you out
Back
to
home.
somewhere else. Yeah. So a lot of those things are basically going on where they want the US dollar to stay here and be everything else while they're building. You might got 2 or 3 homes in another country or another state. And while you out here, then you just get up and leave.
you
But do
think
you-
that's the average case though of people who sending money back home?
I'm just giving an
I
example.
think it's
I'm not
I think it's
saying,
a
but the
high
majority
case.
are
It is.
sending money home.
but I'm
for
saying
sure.
you think they're sending it home to have 3-4 houses?
I'm not
Some people.
saying
So
that.
I do know this. I know.
I don't think the
if you-
reason really
I
matters.
know-
I don't think
I
the
mean,
my
reason.
family
I don't
is
think
out
the
there.
reason
If I'm the only
matters.
one that made it out here, my family's out there,
Yeah,
and
you
I
got
know
a sense
my
of
money is
obligation.
quadruple. Yes.
No, I'm
It's a
not
sense
saying
of-
I'm not saying that they're not doing that, but I'm saying as in like we're making it sound like they're doing it for a leisure thing, like
So
niggas out there balling and we
No,
just
no,
sending
no. I'm
extra
not
cash.
saying
That's
that.
what
I'm not
I
saying.
was
I'm
giving an
saying.
example.
I'm
Yeah.
saying the reason don't matter. I'm saying if you eliminate them taking that money and spending it there, that money will be circulating here.
But I do know this. I do know because I had coworkers that were doing this. They have family that are from Mexico and they're building houses in Mexico with the money they're making out here because
That's
it's
all
way
I'm
cheaper
saying.
out there. They
Yeah.
are doing that. But I'm gonna just say this. It's going to be a reason why they're doing it. And at the end of the day, it's based on dollars. I feel like what they're trying to do is just eliminate all the extra money that's going out to people who are not American citizens at the end of the day. I think that's one of the main reasons why they're really doing it. Just immigrants in general. Hispanics out here are like the face front because they have the numbers. So that's why they feel like they're being picked on, but it's really for all of them.
Look, bro, hold on. We gotta be real, because you gotta go back in history. I know we like to say the black and the brown thing, right? But if you with the slavery in Mexico, but if you go look, the second president of Mexico was black. So when all of that taking in the slaves things was going on, they had a black president, which they wind up often later on for that very reason, quote unquote, right? So even that has an asterisk on it, because it wasn't like a full Hispanic president going out and saying, oh yeah, we finna abolish slavery. No, dude was black, bro. Like, you got 1% black in you, the one drop rule, your ass is black. So they had a black president back then. That's how that went on. But the mass immigration, if you go look at the history during the civil rights and all of that, black people were against it. Go look it up. They were against it. They were putting articles in the newspaper. They were having rallies. They were against it because they saw what was happening. What was happening, it was letting in mass immigrants to displace the workforce here. Why? Because you are an American citizen. I got to pay you 401k. I got to give
medical,
you dental. I got to give you medical. I got to give you this. You get hurt on the job. You got workers' comp.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is eliminate as many of you as possible and get as many of them that I could pay half the price and work them 3, 4, 5 times as hard.
And they're happy and they're not complaining.
They're not complaining.
Which
and
I
if they
agree
get
with.
hurt, I'm getting them out of here. They call it the Great Displacement. If you look at like France and shit like that, that's what's happening out there too, right? So that's what really was going on, is we were slaves. We built the country, blah, blah, blah. We got all these skills. Now that slavery is over, guess what? Now we got rights, right?
Yeah,
exactly. And then even whites weren't even getting jobs.
Because
that's how the
do the
unions
jobs we were
started.
doing. We were out there cultivating the grounds and stuff like that. So the money that we were doing, we had the skills to do. We just didn't have the money to buy our own property. So that's why they were bringing them in. But I was going to say this, though. Do you feel like with the humane way they doing it, do you feel like it's inhumane or humane? The way they rallying them up, going to schools and things like that.
I don't think humane is the problem, because how else can you rally them? Let's be honest. How else do you want them to rally them up? They could put out a notice on Instagram and say, hey, all you illegal immigrants, can you please show up today at 12 and I'm going to take you back to your hometown? Do you think they're going to really show up? No, the element of surprise has to work. They're not going to be busting in apartment buildings and shit like that. It's like, oh, shit, they slipping over here. Grab them over here. Oh, they in public over here. Grab them over there. Because realistically,
they treat it the same way they get fugitives.
Any place they get them, y'all going to say it's wrong. So I don't think it really matters. That's a no-win situation.
Yeah.
How do you round up illegal immigrants to get them out of here?
One thing, too,
Let them graduate school.
Hey, that's
my thing, too, with it, though, is that, like, it changes every 4 years. So it's like what you just said. At that point in time, there might have been a Democratic president or a Republican president that said, hey, we want you to come in. This is what we're doing. So if I'm somebody that's in a different area that maybe be more impoverished, or at least I have the illusion that that place is better and I can get a leg up, or I can come somewhere and have a better life, why would I not take advantage of that? I feel like us as people go at the lower hanging fruit, for lack of a better term, which is the people that are just trying to do their thing. I'm not saying that there's not people that are not out here to get away from crimes and you know, get certain benefits, but why don't we look at the American government that just put in the displacement theory, knowing that, okay, we're going to have these people come in here, take your jobs, you're going to get mad at them, and then y'all are going to beef, and then what happens after that? We still really don't take anything out. And then on top of that, look, right now Trump is doing this. This is Trump's last term. So
I understand,
but this is the way this shit works. Where
How does he get the third term if he
ain't no third term? Ain't no third term.
What I'm saying is,
didn't they say something about
no? He's just saying that ain't no third term.
What I'm saying is that, like, if you're looking around, this the same shit that happened last time with bro. It's a lot of hysteria, a lot of things going on. It ushers in a Democratic president, and then what? In the next 4 years, they say you could come back in. So it's like somebody has to make a law that caps it forever.
But I'm say this: what about,
in my opinion, if you want that,
the people who came in here legally? I'm gonna just say this. I'm speaking for a person who came here legally. If they were an immigrant and they did the due process, how do you think they feel? Where like, look, I had to go through all this due process to become an American citizen, and the people that's living here that are illegal immigrants and they just doing willy nilly. and they're not being punished, don't you think they have some type of resentment towards them?
I think
For sure,
some
because
do,
a lot
but
of them
they have to
voted.
do it
A
the
lot
right
of
way.
them are the ones that voted for Trump. The Latin for Trump and all. It was a lot of them.
And I think some do, but something that we're missing is that a lot of these people that come from different countries, whether it be Africa, Mexico, these people are more likely to assimilate to right-wing politics because of being more
Conservative.
not even necessarily being more conservative. It's just on some master says type shit. I'm gonna follow the law. I'm gonna
This is-
obey the rules.
This is the thing too. This is what a lot of things that I've seen and heard from the ones that are here legally. They're basically getting to a point where they are tired of seeing it themselves, to the point where it's like, if you are so happy about being from your country, but you out here, they had the dude on the news slamming the American flag, dragging it.
Yeah.
Then you in here with your flag. Go put up an American flag and be on something, act like you want to be here in America. Most of them are crashing out about how proud you are about your country, but don't want to be there. So at that point, sometimes it
agree.
becomes mental.
I agree.
And let's keep it a buck, bro. These same countries that they running from don't want mass immigration in their countries. I
No.
just seen in 2018, Mexico had a huge problem with the Honduras coming over there, and they was trying to kick them out of the country.
Facts.
Then you had the Haitians beefing with the the
They
Dominicans.
been wanted the Haitians out of there.
They wasn't letting them in there. They wasn't treating them in their hospitals. They tell them they come into their hometown and they was fucking up the hometowns. They don't have no type of ethics like the people who grew up there. So if you look at any other country around the world, they don't want mass immigrations in their countries either. Why? Because the peoples come from these shithole countries with the shithole ethics, and then they start acting like they
infest
did
the
in the
rest.
shithole country they come from, and they turn the country they're in into that shithole. I look at
Well, this
Paris,
is what
look at
I was gonna-
France.
I
That's what's going
I was
on.
gonna say this. Hold on, Colin. When you said when they come from those type of countries and things like that, I'm glad you said the continent of Africa, because when we went to Egypt, you notice there is no social help. There is no EBT food stamp. You either work or you don't eat at all, right? So most of these people are Republicans because they feel like, okay, I got to work to get it. They don't rely on no type of government help. So they do come here. They are on a white ring tip because they think work hard, make money, be successful. So a lot of them are conservative when they do come over here. That's what they think. They think if they work hard, capitalism is gonna make me rich, and I'm gonna have to live the American dream.
And then you got to look, the shit jobs that nobody wants here are dream jobs for them
Exactly.
based off of the pay that they get here compared to what they would be getting back home. That's why they come over here, shut the fuck up, put their head down and just do it. Because they like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting paid this
This is
back
a-
home. I'd had to work 6 months for this 2-week pay.
Everything you said is correct about countries not wanting mass immigration. The one thing you're forgetting is that America's been predicated on being the home of the free, land of the brave. So when you predicate a country on being all inclusive, you can come here, live the American dream, have what you want, dibble and dabble in the benefits of capitalism.
Yes.
You're creating a reality for not just Americans, but for everybody else. And this has been something that's been going on before you were born.
No,
So it's like-
who said it was for everybody? That American dream was for American citizens. That
And
ain't for the world.
Or for the elite immigrants that they want. Like, remember World War II with the Germanys, they had all the Jew scientists come over. Yeah, we'll pick you because you can help us build NASA. Like, you got to be able to contribute.
But-
Those are the ones that they're really looking for, bro.
But even that's not necessarily the case. If you look in history, look at Ellis Island, places where immigrants stopped before coming to America. This has been something that, again, America has promoted because at a point in time, it was beneficial for the economy. Now, at one point, and again, you can compare this to
when
and
was
people,
the benefit? When you talk about the industrial time, we ran those jobs. When the people were going to war, blacks had those jobs. So we were creating it. Are you talking about helping everyone else outside?
I'm talking about in general. It wasn't just blacks.
Blacks ran a lot of
we're
the
talking about
black
during the
and
Great
women.
Migration from the South to the.
Yeah, and then from the south to the north.
But
And
there
when
was
we had
pro-
those
you gotta think
industrial
about it.
jobs,
There was-
it was a lot of us working those though, bro.
There were Spaniards, Germans, Jews, Irish.
Yeah.
That's a big population, and
The
those people.
Italian.
Those people were able during the Great Depression and before that, they were able to come over here and assimilate and then become white. So they had a leg up, and those are immigrants. So it's like they had a benefit, and people saw that. America saw that as a benefit to the economy.
This is the problem.
You can hold on. You can compare this situation to, and this is how I look at it. Like America creates a problem and then gives you a solution. It's low key the same thing, and niggas might get on me for comparing it to this, but Hitler during that time when Germany was going through a famine and shit was fucked up, he turned to the Jews and said, it's their fault. They're taking your jobs, they're taking your money, they're in the streets. Get rid of these niggas. And those weren't the Jews that we talk about that's owning UMG.
Like the Polish
and so what we did was he dehumanized them, and then we looked at it when he rounded them up and cremated them. We said, you know what? Fuck it, that's okay because you're right. Now I have better jobs. Now I have more things. But then a few years go down the line, and what has really changed? So that's my only thing. Is like, to me, it's the same play out of that book. It's the same play out of that book.
Even that Hitler stuff, that stuff is starting to get, a lot of that stuff is getting debunked, and a lot of that is looking funny in the light. We can go down that another episode, but the problem with everything that y'all saying, everything that you're saying right now, is like I said, a lot of them been here for 20, 30 years, and that's why people are feeling sorry for them. Like, they've been here so long. But we say this all the time. Seniority. Silence is agreement. Once you come over here and you assimilate to the system and you're silent to it, that means you agree to it. So you came over here knowing for a fact you had to get your paperwork.
Not necessarily though, Viral, because you got to think about it.
You had family who got paperwork. You chose not to get it. You knew for a fact if you got caught without paperwork, you was out of here. So how do you get upset that you got caught without paperwork and now you got to get out of here?
Instead of looking at it like I had a good run.
I had a good run.
You have a point, but not all the way, because you got to think about it. Like I said, each 4 years or each 8 years, it changes. And certain presidents say, hey, this is a place of asylum. You have certain mayors, certain governors, and then certain presidents that don't want to enact certain laws or have certain pressures on a state level, so they leave a state, and then it's federal. There's separation from federal and state. Where it's like, yeah, that might have been the case, but you might have came to California, and for the most part, when we had Mayor Eric Garcetti, it don't matter.
Obama was deported.
Yeah, but even in asylum, you got to fill out paperwork. Even under asylum, you cannot just get asylum just because you ran here.
Obama was deporting people in what? That was 2008 when Obama was in, right?
Yeah, he was doing
Biden was deporting people. Like, how do you not know or be aware that at some point this could be you? The only thing is, like you just said, is that you've been here so long, you feel like you embrace, you work, or you're not committing crimes, so you're not going to get deported. I was in prison with niggas on Insane Crip. They was coming to grab the Mexicans and deporting them. When they got release date from here, sent their ass back to Mexico or sent their ass back to wherever they was at. If you didn't have papers, you was done. You serving your time here, get your ass back. And I'm in touch with some of them right now from Sinaloa that holla at me that can't come back. And they want to come back, but they got to come back
the right way.
No, if they want to come back the right way, or they're going to sneak back over here, they might do shit like that. But other than that, they not tripping. They ran their bags up and now they back with their peoples. But it just depends on whose perception is looking at it, who's taking it, and who's really affected by it.
And there's a process for everything. Even asylum, you had to fill out paperwork. You had to have proof, and you couldn't be a criminal back home. You couldn't be wanted back home and get asylum here. No, your ass was going back to face persecution back home.
Asylum, you don't get that right away. Even if your right now, like with the war between Russia and Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? The Ukraine people can't just come over here and just like, hey, look, we need to seek asylum. No, it's still a process you got to wait. You just don't jump through the line, but they will try to look out for you.
But the thing is, I don't know if you remember when we was in Colombia, and this is why I feel like you should fight for your freedom if that's the case, because in a sense, when we was in Colombia, we used to ask them like, damn, y'all never, well, I did. Like, you never want to go to the US? They like, man, I tried. Like, it takes years for them to even get on the board or the ballot to even get the papers to leave Colombia to get to the US. So I don't know how it is in every other country. That's just from what I learned.
But you got to think, look at the numbers that came out here. That's how many people want to come here. So how fast do you think paperwork is going to take when you have that many people from every country trying to get here in the world, around the world?
I'm not saying they're going to go fast. I'm saying this is why we see what's going on outside today, because now they know once they get back, they might not make it back.
And you have the birthright citizenship. You have people who are getting married. They come over, they get married, and they're considered a citizen. All these things are like, okay,
well. When they get married, that was a process too, because even if you got married, you had to be married to somebody for a certain amount of time before you be considered a legal citizen. You couldn't just get married one day and then like 10 days later you get divorced. You know,
and let's keep it a buck.
A lot of people,
it was a scam. Yeah. I personally know people who was getting paid $10,000, $20,000. Hey, marry
just
this
to get
person.
Here. That was a scam.
They go take pictures here when the rep come. They got pictures in the house, and then they got to be at the house, but she don't really live there, or he don't really live there, or he has a real girlfriend here that he really wants to marry, but he's doing this for the green. Man, come on, man. We know what the fuck is going on. You have locks and doors on your house for a reason. Now imagine your house is a country. You guys are telling people, take all the windows down, Take all your windows out. Take all your doors off. Leave your doors open at all hours of the day.
Just let
Leave your
people
windows
come in.
open and just let people come in and out your house.
That's not what we're telling
All
them. That's
day.
what the American government has told them.
No.
We don't have the power. The American
He's saying
government
by
told
you
them
agreeing
that.
with
I'm
it.
saying by y'all saying, oh, just let anybody in. That is the equivalent of it. Would you go upstairs in your bedroom and go to sleep with the motherfucking doors off the hinges?
I'm
and
not
just let
saying
anybody
let-
come in and
I'm
out.
not-
No.
I'm on record saying that I think that once Trump started his presidency, that it's okay to close the borders at that point, because with everything going on, like, you know, we had a couple years back, we had $1 million or something like that being spent in tax dollars in New York on immigrants, right? Instead of putting it towards American citizens. There are things that say, okay, we need to put a cap on this. That's cool. But causing a mass hysteria to me, rounding people up, niggas is coming out their house, taking the trash out that they've lived at for 20 years, kids inside, they not coming back, locking niggas in buildings, people can't graduate, tackling old people. It's like,
But
That
you
doesn't
just
sit right with
said,
me.
hold on, but you
That doesn't
just
sit right with
said,
me.
Let me
you
say one
just said
thing.
for 20 years. If you've been here for 20 years and have not taken the steps to get your
Accountability.
paperwork, why the fuck should we feel sorry for you? You had
Right.
20 years, nigga.
And then
2 decades.
and the same way, what happened in Chicago? What was them dudes they brought in? The
Venezuelans.
the Venezuelans. The same way you view them, and you feel like when that happens, they should go automatically go snatch them up, right?
for what, the Venezuelans?
Like when the Venezuelans was taking over apartments and shit. Do you
the
feel
ones
like,
that took over the apartments? Because look at what they was
I
doing.
know,
You walk
and
around with
this is-
sticks and AKs.
This is
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
finna get at though. The same way you view them is people out here that view all people the
I
same.
understand that.
All of
I
them the
completely
same way.
understand
So they
that.
feel like instead of them basically, Trump is basically looking at it in the sense of why do I gotta decipher and do everything else when you had enough time to do that yourself? You want me to go decipher and pick y'all out a hat of who's good and who's not when I can just scoop all y'all up and y'all come in the right way?
I do. I'm gonna say this though. I do like the community resistance that people are doing, because one thing we do always talk about is how stand up for something or you'll fall for anything. They are standing up for it, even if they haven't got their paperwork. They at least standing up for it and saying they don't want to go back home. You get what I'm saying? I can respect that. I can respect the community resistance. I can respect the fact that if they go fight for their freedom here, they going out without a bang. They not just trying to give up themselves willingly.
This my thing.
If this is the land of the free, I'm gonna fight for it.
Obama, hold on. Obama been getting people out of here. None of y'all gave a fuck.
That's all I was saying.
Nobody cared. Y'all only care because it's being put in your face on the news.
Yeah,
when
of course.
Obama was silently doing the exact same thing, he was having kids in cages, nigga.
Yeah, it was a guy.
Parents over here,
Yeah,
kids
displacement.
over here in cages, and the kids in the cages disappearing. They losing hundreds of thousands of kids. Nobody gave a fuck.
Generation
Not
Z
only-
was also like 10 years old.
Not only, I ain't talking about Gen Z. I'm just talking about, because it ain't only Gen Z that's
I'm not saying
upset
that, but
right
I'm just
now.
saying that's a big part of the
was-
population that's came
but
into
Biden
age.
was recently getting rid of people too.
I'm just saying.
when he was in office.
It's more than Gen Z that's out there
No, for
riding
sure.
all of that. None of them gave a fuck. Not only did none of them give a fuck, I don't see none of y'all saying, let's stand in solidarity with the Haitians. Let's stand in solidarity with the Jamaicans. Let's stand in solidarity with the Chinese, the Jap. No other race of immigrant is even being brought up other than Hispanics.
But whose
That's
fault is
it.
that though? Is that his wait. You think Jamaicans, when they're running from ICE, are thinking about Hispanics? Wait, do you think that at the moment they're thinking about self-preservation or they're thinking about somebody else?
This the difference.
But you're speaking to the are you speaking to the spectator or the person who's actually
I'm
being
speaking
hunted?
to all of them because I don't see Jamaicans on TikTok saying, where the Hispanics at? Why y'all not standing with us?
And I'm glad you brought this point.
I don't see
I'm
it.
glad you brought this point because I believe that in this day and age, we are so caught up in the content bubble. Again, these people, these Hispanics, these blacks that are on social media, they have a few jobs to get clicks, to get views, to get engagement. So if I'm Hispanic and I say, where the fuck are the blacks at? Obviously, you're going to have people who say that because they want to get the clicks, they want to get the views, they want to get the engagement. And if I say, shout out to the blacks, that gets less engagement, clicks, and views than fuck the blacks.
Well,
So hold
regardless
on,
of
same for the blacks.
Show
saying-
me, okay,
Fuck-
now show me any other
and we
illegals
hold
doing
on.
that.
And we talked about dead internet, and this is why I'm glad we bring this up. We talked about dead internet theory. We talked about bots on the internet.
Correct.
And how a lot of these things are people that you can't even trace back to nothing. Y'all don't think that to a certain degree that has any place in this situation when it comes to people arguing on social media.
I actually brought up the dead internet theory with the comments. I'm speaking on videos of real people saying that, hey, my aunt just got deported, this, that, and the third. They're down there saying, where the fuck is everybody else at? I don't see any other immigrants doing that. Not only do I not see that, I don't see any other immigrants speaking up for those immigrants. If you are for mass immigration for everybody, shouldn't you be standing for the rights of everybody? Because when we was doing civil rights, everybody got rights off the back of us.
Yeah, but again, but that's what we.
And we spoke for everybody. We didn't just speak for niggas.
That's
for
what
white women, because
Niggas was speaking for everybody. Black women was standing up for white women. We was standing up for Hispanic. Like, we was standing up for everybody. When the Stop Asian Hate happened, I seen niggas out there. When the shit happened in Paris, I seen niggas putting Paris flags in their shit. Whenever anybody
Niggas
else
out there still
has a
yelling for
fight-
hold on. Let's just think about it. How many
else.
people do you think that are tweeting this, that are online with thousands of followers, that are famous on TikTok and Instagram, bringing attention to this part of the situation?
They did it.
Are immigrants?
All I'm saying is,
Or are they just people here to
if you are
stir up
if you are against deportation, you should be against deportation for everybody. You should be calling out to all immigrants saying this is wrong for everybody. I don't see nobody doing that. That's calling out other ethnicities. I don't see it.
You should call out all immigrants and say, meet up here. We down here, we protesting, everybody pull up.
I mean, in Los Angeles, though, the
We got a big ass Belizean population.
but the majority, the majority of Hispanics is Mexican. Are we now just refuting that because you guys want to get this point?
Are majority Mexican?
No,
because
I'm pretty sure.
Old girl just told us they got what? How many different Mexicans out here?
And I honestly have seen pictures of other races of Hispanics out there. Again, it's social media versus reality.
No, I'm talking about somebody we know in real life.
So my
I'm
thing,
talking about this though, bro. You got the Pacific Islanders as well. You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. That if you're gonna, we're just focusing on Hispanics because I feel like at this point Trump is making it seem like racial profiling. It's like they're targeting them because that's what it seemed like, because that's what's on the news.
It's like the beef with Mexicans against Trump.
Exactly. It's literally like that's what's being put out there. It's more so it's just about them, but it's
They
not.
just
in 2023,
No, I was just trying to say they're making it about the Mexicans because that's what's all being pushed. But he don't fuck with nobody, really. If you're not,
And
really
that's all.
white.
That's
they
all I'm
deported
saying.
that TikToker, right?
Who,
Well,
Trump? Trump don't
you
fuck
talking
with
about
nobody.
I know,
that
the
black
black
dude who be
dude,
doing
right?
this.
Yeah.
Nah, but this is what I'm saying. They're making it solely about themselves
They are.
when the whole issue of immigration should be for immigrants across the board. Yeah, we could say self-preservation or whatever, but when you only speaking about you and yourself and not the plight of all immigrants, you make it seem like you don't give a fuck.
I don't think
because
that's
I
true,
guarantee, man, stop it.
I think that's you doing that because you want to villainize what they're doing.
No, I'm not villainizing.
Straight up.
Okay, give me an honest answer. If it was just Haitians being deported right now, would we
wouldn't
be
give a fuck.
having those motherfuckers?
Why would I not give a fuck?
No,
Why would I not give a fuck?
No.
If they was rounding
Not
Haitians
you.
up,
If they was rounding Haitians up,
I'm like, why would I not give a fuck?
Would they be marching in the streets right now with them flags?
there would be Haitians there probably.
No,
No,
with
no, no.
them.
What do you mean?
With
The
them.
Mexican flag.
Because that's what he's telling
hold on.
you.
There's blacks out there with them right
Let me
now.
respond. There's multiple races that jump out for every protest. When we talk about protests, 40% of the people that go are there with good hearts. 60% of people there to rob, loot, steal, and fuck shit up, drink, and have a good time. So out of the 40% of the people that are good, yes, I believe that there would be multiple races there for Haitians, multiple races there for when it was Stop Asian Hate, multiple races there when it was the shit for Mexico, multiple races there when it's the shit for BLM. If you go, it's multiple races. You just put a fucking white girl on your shit and then called her a bot, like you to fit your narrative. But there's multiple races out there.
It wasn't my narrative.
There's multiple.
But
that's his narrative. He called her a bot.
Hold on.
Antifa. He said
Hold on.
she was Antifa.
No.
He just said
Let me
people
get my shit
online.
off. No, let me get my shit off because I just talked to Hispanics today. He said the white people was down there fucking shit up, and it wasn't none of his people. And they said they for sure think it was Antifa because they was all there on some peaceful shit. All of a sudden, some white people showed up, shit catching on fire.
I'm not
bricks going through
disagreeing with that,
So when
but it's not negating my point of multiple races being there.
I said, damn, I don't know what she doing out here because she ain't Hispanic, so she might be Antifa. Because this is what they telling me. All the white people that show up where they was at started fucking shit up.
And the news is amplifying.
And the news is not showing it.
And
I said, see, this is what happened during BLM. This is what we was telling y'all about.
Yeah,
he said, yeah, I see what you was talking about now.
That's
Just
true.
a fucking Hispanic told me this.
And the news is amplifying as if they're down there just looting, and they're giving it, making it seem like the immigrants are doing something terrible. It's not really them that's doing it. It's the people that actually are American citizens that's repping the Mexican flag, looting and doing the most, bro.
That's
So,
what. That's what I just said about the 60% of people who
I
go
get
to
it,
fuck
but
shit up,
also,
riot,
too,
and
though,
loot.
That's giving them more so a bad rep as if that's them, not any other.
It is, but
immigrants.
look, the same,
And
but
that's
bro,
what
the
makes-
same
what I'm
thing
saying- no,
happened
what
with
I'm
us.
saying
Like,
is-
I don't understand that's my point. What is the end game with that point?
You
What is
saying
the
that
end game with that
but you
point,
can't
though?
compare. You saying the same thing happened to us. Niggas was getting their
As
brain.
in, no,
niggas
you're
getting
not
their
getting what I'm
brains
saying.
blew out and shit.
What I'm saying is it's the same
Bro.
thing with us, as in 40% of us went out there to peacefully protest, and then you had 60% of people that went out there to bullshit. Then you had law enforcement, crooked law enforcement, and shadow organizations that went out there to incite riots so that the law enforcement could get a green light to harm our people. That's the same shit that's going on right now. How is that not the same shit?
Would you go to another country, yell about how proud you are to be an American, burn their flags, tear up their property, wave the American flag, and then cry about going back to America when they grab you and say, you know what, we sending you back to the country you love so much.
Viral.
Because that's what's going on.
How many times have Black Americans said, we don't like what's going on with us in America? America's not necessarily for Black people. If they said take your ass back to Africa tomorrow, would you want to do that?
Hold on.
Would you want to do that?
Hold on.
Would you want to do that?
A large portion of us are indigenous
Would
to
you wanna
America.
do that?
A large portion of us are indigenous to
But
America.
would you want to do that?
But you're not making sense because we
How
all
am I
didn't
not
come
making-
up, we all
how
didn't
am I
come
not
off a
making
boat
sense?
from Africa. That's how.
The
Some of us are from here.
America, you can be proud to be American and understand that it's a convoluted, complex history. That's what I don't understand. You can be proud to be American and still not like certain things about America and the way they treat you as a people.
Yes, but you can't come here.
I don't understand that.
But
You
y'all-
can't
but-
come
but-
here, burn them fucking American flag, tear up American property, say how much you hate America, but won't go back to the country you love
But
so
even
much.
then, even when we bring up Africa, we act like everything in Africa is bad. It's Africans.
I'm not saying everything is bad. I'm just saying that.
most Africans don't want to come to America. If they're living good in Africa, they don't want to come here. They talk like, ain't this the place where people kill themselves?
If they're
and
living good.
all type of stuff out there, regardless. But majority of them ain't just want to just come out there. Exactly.
I think what maybe Viral was probably say this. Instead of the Mexicans promoting the Mexico flag, they need to promote immigration as a unity. Stand as a unit. Like, look, we're Mexican, but we want to stop the immigration for all. Do you think that would make it more of a softer blow for us to have more sympathy towards the cause?
No, because I think
Because again,
Because it's more of a human thing, not a race
no,
thing.
because the last
No,
The last what? They're making it a race thing.
y'all bro, everybody's making it a race thing. To keep it
no.
100.
I'm asking. No,
Who's
real
making
talk.
it a race thing?
Because again,
Y'all making it a race thing. They're making it a
We
race
didn't
thing.
make it a
we
race
making
thing.
Everybody's making a race
No,
thing.
when we said we against immigration, get all the immigrants out, we clearly stated the very first stream we did, we're talking about all immigrants. They said, no, y'all hate Hispanics because y'all from Long Beach. They keep keying in on us with Hispanics because of where we're from. But when we did the stream, the first time Trump brought it up, we said, no, Haitians, your ass gotta go. Jamaicans, your ass gotta go. The Japanese, your ass gotta go. I don't give a fuck what you are. If you ain't here legally, your ass gotta go. And we can sit here and say stolen land, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Your ass is here living by these stolen land laws. So therefore, you agree with them. So don't cry about the laws when they go against you all of a sudden. Because for the last 20 years, you've been cool with it.
so at that point, they need to be accountable, and they should have did the paperwork. And now you got to deal with the consequences at this point. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, at that point, within those 20 years, they should have got their act together while they were here.
I don't understand how you could sit here and say somebody been here 30 years. There was
What's
30
life
years
change?
to do
Life,
the
life. This is my thing. Like
paperwork.
life didn't change for me. Life didn't change for you. You got more money, went on more trips, fucked more hoes, got a bigger house.
But how can let
and
me
a lot of us
let me
did
say
that.
this though. Let me say
A
this.
lot of us
then,
did
Kylie.
that.
With that,
Up until the up
you
until
can't say that.
How can you agree to get the criminals out of here then, in a sense, because that's still tearing up some of their family. Some of these criminals are still the immigrants' family members at that, in a sense too. So you like it's cool to take somebody daddy or somebody brother if they're a criminal or been convicted of something, get their ass up out of here. You think they still gonna be standing with you then?
it doesn't matter. You to me, being a criminal and committing criminal offenses is different than just coming over here, working a job and building a family.
How? You coming over here illegally is a criminal
It's
offense.
different.
No,
It's
but
to me-
it's
to me-
a
to me, it's
criminal
different
offense.
because you feel like
Okay,
one
but
is
it's
softer than the
Is
other.
it not the
To
law?
me, it's different.
But is it not the law?
We know that, bro.
Oh,
we know
okay,
that it's
it-
not black and white. I just said that people do things that may be considered wrong for the right reasons.
This is
All
That's
the
not,
time.
that's not the argument.
All the time.
But that's not the argument.
Every criminal feels like they're doing something. They're doing something right.
No, they don't.
They
No, they
don't.
don't. So when niggas go and sell dope and shoot niggas, you think they're doing? Do you think they think they're doing the right thing?
Yes,
nigga.
nigga.
What do you think? Yes, nigga.
Yes.
If somebody do something to him and I go get the nigga that did something to him, I feel like I did something right.
justified,
If
yeah.
I sell dope to go feed my family, I feel like I'm doing something right.
And how many times have people got arrested? And you said, "Damn, that's fucked up."
Hey, but
What?
He was just trying to feed his family.
But Kali, you said
What the fuck are
that
you
don't make it
talking
not
about?
right.
What do you
wrong?
mean? What am I talking about? I'm showing that it's not black and white. That you might have did something for the wrong reason,
but
but
that's
for the
what you-
right
but you
reason.
making-
But it
you
was
making
wrong.
my point.
I'm
If
not
he
making
gets-
your point.
If he gets caught selling dope, whether I think he was doing it for the right reason or the wrong reason, I can't cry about the time he gets.
Right.
Because I felt he was doing it right.
We still
wait. We do that all the time. You niggas do free him all the time for something that nigga did.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
do
say
free
What do you
him.
mean?
We say free him
Yes.
because we want him free,
But we know why, nigga.
Nigga, you did
You
dirt,
know,
you
you
gotta
know
do
why you
time.
sitting down, nigga.
So
Do the crime,
so
do the time. That's
what's-
literally the motto.
What's the difference?
but I gotta.
I'm
wait.
still gonna be like free the homie. Yes, I want you back, but we know why
So
you
then,
sitting down.
so then, me saying that they shouldn't be deported, even though they're doing something
saying
wrong.
free
What's
the
the
homie.
difference?
No,
What do you
I
mean?
I know.
What's the
He's saying-
difference?
he's basically saying-
I said
there's no difference.
They did something wrong by coming.
You get what I'm
No,
saying?
it's the
No,
same thing.
no, it's the same thing.
He's saying, no. He's
No,
saying,
I'm
y'all
saying the
free the
same
homie
thing.
even though he did a crime. He's saying
Don't deport him. Free the homie, even though he did a
Sure,
crime.
no,
It's the
no.
same thing,
Listen
bro.
what I said in the
It's
beginning.
the same thing.
I said he agrees that the criminals should be deported.
I do.
He said they are criminals too. You came over here a criminal.
It's a crime.
You're a criminal.
but
No matter what, no matter if it's a white collar, no matter if you were selling dope.
a crime is crime.
Because you view it that selling dope is worse than you sneaking in. They view it as you're the same.
And that's fine.
But one thing-
At the end of the day, the law has they have the overall decision.
damn.
So we sitting here arguing, having a discussion.
We're not
But at the end of-
We're
One
not.
thing you
We're literally
We're
having a
we're
discussion.
God damn,
Okay,
Kali.
y'all are two semantics on words. Arguing, having a discussion, a debate, all the same shit.
My nigga, you're trying to
if-
separate the level of crime and saying, well, this crime is okay because I view it as
Kali.
less serious than this crime. So send these criminals back, but let these criminals stay.
But Kali,
Because I don't think that's a
Hold on.
crime.
One
If that-
thing,
if that's-
you said
yeah.
one thing. You said we niggas got bigger houses, got bigger trips, and all that other shit, right? But you know, when they have mass immigrants in the community, they're all buying up the houses. That makes it hard for the American citizen who are working here legally to buy a house. The housing market is fucked up right now. So you just said
How many
we're-
immigrants do you think make
let me
more
finish.
than the average American
let
citizen?
me finish, dog. I just bought a house. Nigga, that shit was expensive as fuck, bro. And that's because the house market is so high because people that are buying homes here aren't legal people. They're buying up the housing market because what they're doing is having multiple families in one household. They build up. Once this family get a household, then the next family gets another household because they're doing it all together. What I'm saying is it makes it harder for the people that are actually here trying to buy the home, hard to buy.
We just had a conversation about companies buying up blocks and then leasing and renting these homes. So again, wait, before we attack the lower hanging fruit, for lack of a better
Nah,
term,
look,
which is
this is
people,
facts, bro.
why not go at the places
So you
that the
saying
leasing
East LA
companies that buy
saying-
these
so
blocks
you saying East
and,
LA
and rent
got a
these
whole
places
bunch,
out?
no, hold on. You're saying East LA neighborhoods got a whole bunch of rental properties and things like that?
I don't know what specifically East LA has, so I'm not going to speak on something I don't know.
The
But
city
what
of
I
Whitney-
do,
But do you know?
but I do know that there's because we
Hold on, by
talked
his
about
own,
it.
hold on, by
We
his own
talked
That's
about
off
it.
of the ass.
By
What
his
company
own
do you
logic.
know that they bought?
No, by his own logic, you saying them being here didn't affect us because we traveling, we doing this, we doing that. Well, guess what? The criminals were here too, and we still were doing that, but yet you still want to deport them. So what's the difference?
Because if you're going
The
to pick
criminals being
somebody
here
to
didn't affect
deport,
you.
then it should be the people that maybe have done something wrong to American citizens.
They done something wrong when they came illegally. That's something wrong.
to you,
No, that's
you.
a
No,
that's
to
a
the law,
work.
to the
not
law.
to me.
to the law.
By the law.
Yeah, by the law.
Not to me,
Okay.
by the law.
Because
They
we
did
don't
something
create
wrong.
the law. So it is a law to sneak over here. Again, I get what you're trying to say. It's,
It's-
not
it's-
wrong for them wanting American. What you're saying is this.
I'm not going.
You want me to say that it's
I don't
wrong
want
because
you to say shit.
Okay, well,
He wants you to believe. I get what you're trying to say.
I want
yeah,
you-
yeah, yeah.
I want you to
Niggas,
make
niggas
sense.
live in this shit. No, it does
You
make
gotta say
sense. It
crime
does
make
make
no
sense.
sense.
If
Yes,
you're,
it does.
if you're trying to draw lines, you have to say crime is crime. You can't say one crime is harsher than another. If it's the law, if it's the law.
So if a nigga sell dope and a nigga's a pedo, which one's worse? It's both crime.
You're both going to jail.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying,
They're both
which one do you
consequences
view
to
as
it.
which one do we view
But
as
they're
worse?
consequences.
It doesn't
We
matter.
doing some-
You're
you get
going
what
to
I'm
jail
saying?
either way.
Like, come on,
So
bro.
he's
Why are we
basically
doing
How do
this?
you know what he's saying?
See,
Nigga, you're going to
speaking
jail
of-
What do
either
you?
way.
But
Are you going to jail either way? Yes or no?
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail either way.
Okay, so that's all we're saying.
We're not. I'm not speaking from my moral compass. We're speaking as in the law. What's under the law? The law is going to state both is a crime. You're getting consequences for
Besides-
both.
So if we're
That's
speaking under the
exactly
law,
what you're
if we're
saying.
speaking under the law, then the conversation is signed, sealed, delivered, because they're gonna decide at the end of the day. I'm not gonna I'm arguing my opinion. If you want to
You are.
argue, and I feel like that's
and your
what
moral compass. Because again, I
So
agree with you. Coming over
that's
here,
what creates a conversation.
saying,
If I
coming over here-
go based off the law, the conversation's 2 minutes.
coming over here is a crime. But you're saying is if I'm coming over here just to provide and I'm being an outstanding citizen without committing any other crime besides me sneaking over here, you feel like they shouldn't get deported. That's basically what you're saying. But
That
if
is
they're
what I've
coming
been saying. Yes.
But if you're saying they coming over here and committing crimes, those are the worst. Those are like the pedos.
Get them out of here.
Exactly. You're basically looking at them as the scum rather than ones that snuck over here. Even though they did break a crime, but they're over here living a righteous
Okay,
life.
so what's the cutoff? Because no. What's
it
the
should be no
cutoff?
cutoff.
So if 4 million of them come over here, but
It
yet
should
they
not
good
be
citizens
viral.
and
It
all
should
that
not be a
shit.
cutoff because again, crime is crime. No matter how soft the
No,
crime is.
what
crime
is the
crime.
cutoff for allowing the number of immigrants to come over here to be law-abiding citizens? What is the number cutoff?
Well, you have to see depending on.
I don't have the statistics to say, yeah.
Certain
No,
jobs.
I'm asking you, since you saying I agree, y'all saying I agree, as long as they come over here and be law-abiding citizens and be cool, they should be able to come. So by that logic, every country in the world, people want to come. So what number should be the cutoff?
That's kind of hard
Yeah,
because
that's a hard
you gotta think
question.
about the birth rate of the United States. Like if we're running out of people,
How are we supposed to give you that without like?
Yeah. So
What do you mean, how you supposed to give
so
you
I'm
that?
gonna say-
How are
I'm
we
gonna
supposed to
say-
give you a definite number when
I'm
we
gonna
don't even know how
say
many?
this.
I don't even know how many
Scenario.
people in the world.
If we have
Okay,
a
how
Or in
many-
I'm
America.
asking y'all since y'all against this solution. What?
You
what,
came
what-
because of your brother, but how?
What is
how?
the
How
solution?
many immigrants? How many immigrants came in under Biden? They have a number.
I
Again,
don't know
we
the number off
don't
the top
have
of my
that.
head.
What I'm
If
saying
you could
is
get it up for me, I'll.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
hold on.
Look it up.
Let me
Like,
say
give
this.
me
For
something to
certain-
work
Look
with.
it up.
So I'm gonna tell you this: certain scenarios. So if this country was to go to war and we had like a huge drop off in men that need to go to war, then of course you bring in immigrants. If we have a birth drop where there's not enough humans to continue to work,
Under President Biden's watch, there have been over 8 million migrants who have came in.
over 800,
8 million.
8 million.
So imagine how populated we are now.
That's
Yeah,
in
that-
California.
that- that might
though.
be
You
too
gotta-
much.
you-
For sure.
You got to
I know.
That
You
might be
got to
too
send them
much.
different. California is already overcrowded by us alone.
That's what
But
I'm
we're
asking
speaking in
you.
California.
What is the cutoff number that should be allowed in the country if they're just coming to be good law-abiding citizens?
I can't
Mind
give
you, they're coming in, no paperwork, they just coming. We don't know who they are, what they did back home, nothing. They could have 20 people home, came here, decided I'm gonna change my life.
I'm
and
gonna be
good
honest. I
law-abiding
I
citizens.
don't have a definitive number.
I don't have a
don't.
number. I'm not. Listen, I'm saying this.
I don't.
They need to do it properly.
You
So
can
you
say
niggas
that.
just
You can say
chatting.
no. You can say we're just
So,
chatting.
okay,
but,
so these
but a
two
nigga
niggas
said,
are just chatting.
a
No,
nigga
we
said,
not.
wait, a nigga
These
said we're
niggas are
chatting.
just chatting.
You see what this nigga do? This nigga
Listen.
said, give me a number. Give me a hypothetical
give me a
number.
fucking
And if you
number.
can't give me one, then you're chatting.
Yes,
just
you're
gave-
chatting.
Come on, bro.
I gave you scenarios of what happened with the
Sure.
race.
That doesn't
I literally
even make
just
sense,
said-
bro.
Hold on,
That don't make sense.
Japan is doing
he
right
said,
now.
He said being a pedo is worse than being an illegal immigrant and just coming across.
No, he said
What
being
if-
a pedo is worse than
Right.
selling dope.
Okay, cool. What if he was a pedo back home and decided, over
be a
here, I'm gonna be a
law-abiding
law-abiding citizen?
No, the crime is
We
the crime,
how the
bro.
fuck do we know who he is if he didn't go through
We
the
won't
process?
know, but we got it. I'm saying go through
Would
the
you
process.
want to live next door to somebody who you don't know where they are, you don't know where they came from, you don't know they here illegally, you don't know nothing about them, you don't know what
Because
the
if
fuck
they
they
commit
did
a
back
crime,
home?
they can just ghost. They can just ghost and get away. Yeah, that is.
Would
scary.
you
That's-
want to have a block full of neighbors like that with your kids living on that block?
We live
Unfortunately,
next.
we already kind of did that.
That's what I'm trying. Like,
I kind of already did that growing up on the east side.
bro,
It was
like
a
we
gang-
live
I
next to
grew up-
I
niggas
said,
who
would you
shoot
want
all
your
do type of
kids
shit.
to grow up like
They
that?
do,
Not
nigga.
what you did. Would you want your kids now knowing that? Because when we was kids, we didn't know nothing about this.
No, we didn't.
We're
So, no, of
grown
course-
now, so now we know. Now we have the information. Lack
course-
of information gave us the ignorance,
All
which
right,
was
so
bliss.
listen,
Depending on your
that-
income,
We
you may
don't
not
have
have
the
a
lack of
choice.
information no more.
Wording
Depending
it
on
like
income,
that,
you may
of
not have
course,
a choice.
Because if something was to happen, homie, I have no information on this person that committed a crime if they did commit a crime. So hypothetically, they hit my. Let's just use something like a hit and run. They hit my car. They ain't got no insurance. I don't even know their name. I can just say they used to live here, but then they knock on the door and be like, "Hey, is this person who fit this description live here?" Oh, I don't know. I don't know who live here. Then it's like, God damn, you asked out. I mean,
All I'm saying is,
y'all laughing because it's
That
truth in
shit
it's truth in
crazy.
it. Y'all laughing because it's truth in it, bro. Let's just be real. When you go to Home Depot, bro, that's why they hit Home Depot.
They
Because
did hit Home Depot.
They did hit Home Depot because it's truths and jokes, bro. We go to Home Depot when we need somebody to do the work that we don't want to do. That's why they hit Home Depot and you go holler, I'm like, hey, do you work? Yeah, I work this. They put that voice on and you pay them. So they knew where to hit. But again, if that person was to come to my house, do a job, and he did some bullshit like rob my house when I trust him to work, I'm gonna be pissed because I ain't got no information on him. I don't know his name or anything like that. So on that situation, yeah, I would be pissed because that's an illegal immigrant who basically got me. And I don't know where he went. I have no information. All I know is he be at this Home Depot. So that means I'm gonna be doing what old boy did. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna be looking for him at that Home Depot.
Can't disagree with it. I can't disagree with that. Like I said, I think it's complex and convoluted. I think, again, that America and American government can use money and use certain parts of the budget to make things maybe a little bit more thorough. They choose not to. That's my opinion on it. That's how I feel about it.
What resources or like what proof do you have that they're even able to do that? Or are you just saying that?
The $134 million they pulled out of their ass to go and send military troops.
We know
right
they
now.
have money, but what
The billion dollar ICE budget with the $42,000.
Okay, I know we're naming money, but you're saying communicate with their country, get the names of the bad guys.
Question: Don't we have
and find the bad guys that are here illegally under different aliases?
Have you been to other countries? Right? There's
Yes.
the U.S. Embassy.
There are.
Am I-
Yeah, there are. Go ahead.
There are.
Okay,
So
yes.
my point is, there's a point of connection for U.S. citizens in every country or in other people to communicate from country to country, for every place that you go. If you go, so yes, if somebody from Mexico comes over here, you can get their information more than likely if you're somebody from the U.S.
Who?
as a municipality, as a government.
Hold on.
You don't know who they are
They
here.
came illegally. What info are you getting?
People get social securities, people get fake IDs, people get all type of things in the system here.
We do.
Where if they call the U.S. Embassy there, they're going to say, we don't know who that is.
You gotta go for fingerprints and DNA at that point.
We do the same thing.
You have nothing over here.
No, I know.
They're essentially a ghost here.
No, I know what you're saying.
How in the fuck do you go to their country to find a
Kyle-
ghost
That means
here?
if you get DNA and fingerprints, you have to go there. If they have never been, if you've never been arrested or nothing out here, you're not in the system. They have no way to just track you and your face pops up or have blood DNAs.
Unless it's a heinous crime. I don't know how the world police work or something like that. Unless they did a heinous crime, they're in some type of jail system, a fingerprint or some type of DNA probably will pop up.
What makes more logical sense? I get somebody in a roundup. They're illegal.
Mhm.
Me calling the fucking embassy to figure out if they're a criminal or not, or sending them back and letting the country deal with them and have them come back the right way.
Of course, sending them there because that's like your problem. It's like now they're out of our backyard. Y'all deal with them.
Yeah, it's a quick fix.
And we're talking about, mind you, I said 8 million.
Mhm.
How long you think that'll take to call every country for every single one of these 8 million to find out
I
if
highly
they
doubt
bad
he's
or
even
not?
going to deport all 8 to keep it 100. But
Well, that'll create jobs at that.
Deport everyone you can catch.
but
Free my motherfucking freeways up. Free this parking up. Free some of these jobs up. Free some of these homes up. Free some of this money up.
Some of
this
the jobs,
taxpayer
some of the
money.
jobs though, we don't trip. We not.
I just want to revisit it in 2 to 3 years and see what's changed.
Working on. We not.
Okay,
what I
you
want.
not tripping.
No,
but
we
it's
not.
a homeless nigga right now who will be happy as a motherfucker probably to take that job.
I'm just saying, it's certain jobs like certain.
What
Ain't nobody
jobs?
working in the grapevine.
Name
picking
the
grapes and
jobs.
stuff. The farming jobs.
We always say that.
Why
But
do you-
Hold on.
Do you know it's hold on.
Let me finish.
Hey,
let me
hold
finish.
on,
Hold on.
It's a man in LA right now.
House-made jobs as far as doing hospitality and
No,
hotels.
There's
and
a black man in LA right now. It's a black man in LA right now that just created a whole.
Oh, I
think
seen that.
He
That's
bought
dope.
that property
And
for the farming and to get the
that's
real
dope.
actual fruit and vegetables.
That's dope. But how many niggas is out here really talking about, nigga, I want to be a farmer?
Bro, why do y'all hold on.
Did you not hear what he said earlier?
This nigga's crazy.
The reason people are not waking up because they're coming from places where this pay is a little different. Now, if this becomes a regular job to where they're getting minimal pay or minimum wage, people will do that job. It's not the fact that they're willing to work for the scraps to
because
do
it's
that
hard
job.
work, bro.
And you remember just a couple months ago,
Growing stuff is not hard. Growing shit ain't hard.
You remember just a couple months ago.
You gotta cultivate the ground.
Bro,
You gotta
what the fuck are you niggas talking about? Do you think they only pick fruit? That in itself is
So you're
damn
gonna
near.
be doing
Okay, hold on,
construction.
hold on.
Hold on, you're gonna be doing construction.
what do
You're
you-
gonna be
what
doing
do you
roofing.
think they do,
Hold on,
Virus?
I've done the construction.
No.
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
As a whole, people are not trying to do those type of
Why they
constructions
not?
in Arizona.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I worked in construction just
Bro,
like
what
you.
are you
Listen,
talking about?
I'm telling you this right now. When
How-
I worked in construction, it was only a handful of us working.
What
there.
high-paying jobs do you
Most
think
of them-
immigrants have?
Why do you think it's only a handful?
Because niggas don't want to work hard doing those type
No,
of jobs.
nigga.
Get the fuck
Because
out
they
of here.
run the shit.
That's what he's telling you.
The fuck are you talking about?
How the fuck I get in?
They're not hiring niggas.
How the fuck I
They
get
gotta
in?
hire a sprinkle of you.
How did I get in? Because I
Laws.
was qualified.
No.
niggas, because I was qualified.
No, they have to hire a sprinkle of you.
He's telling
to
you
not
a
get-
DEI
I'm
hire.
never
This
you.
nigga's crazy.
I'm telling
He's telling you
my-
a DEI
all
hire.
my
Laws
jobs, my
why
nigga.
you have to get
Most of my
hired.
close,
And so that's what-
sure.
so-
Mostly all my close homies that from the set, do construction right now.
Did they get plugged in by someone they know? Was it nepotism, or did they have to get in on their own?
No, they had to get plugged in.
Listen, bro.
They tried to do it the right way. Some of them had to go about it with the line on the resumes, doing everything.
That's cool. That's what you gotta do.
I know,
That's
but
how
what I'm saying is, but they had to know a nigga to even get in because they don't allow niggas.
Can I just
No,
say one thing?
this how dumb niggas sound. Niggas think they only come here to pick fruit.
What do
and
they do,
that's it.
Viral?
Bro, do you know there was construction companies when the Ice Raids started, that the day the raids started, nobody on that job site showed up because everybody on that job site was illegal, and these are government jobs. They have government contracts making big money. What the fuck are you niggas talking about?
It's government jobs right now.
Operator.
The whole crew
Hold
didn't
on,
show
bro.
up.
God
It was
damn,
illegal,
nigga, let me
nigga.
get it off. Nigga, owner operator, nigga, you do not have to work for a company to own your fucking truck. Let me tell you this right now. If you want to be a truck driver, you want to go work at the fucking port, you can get your own truck. A company is not stopping you. Go buy your own fucking truck. It's nothing but a gang of Mexicans doing it, and they catching them at them because they out doing the work. Niggas don't want to do the jobs.
They're not owning those trucks.
Hold on.
What are
Okay,
you
I have a question
talking
for you.
about?
They don't own the truck.
I have a question for you.
You know, somebody buys the truck,
I have a
hires them, pays them a lower wage,
yep.
a lower rate than they're gonna pay American citizens.
so hold on, wait. So wait,
drive
hold
that
on.
same fucking load.
The question I
So
have.
rather
hold
than
on.
pay him
You
30,
can- bro.
I'm gonna pay you 15 because you're illegal.
So the question I have is, when we get rid of all the illegal immigrants and all of these companies and corporations can no longer take the shortcut, and they have to deal with American citizens that bring a certain
inflation, bro.
that bring a certain type of status into the
Inflation.
world where they say, "Hey, we're only accepting
That's
this."
not how inflation works.
What? I'm not on his point.
Inflation
But you're
goes
trying to
because
hold
the
on.
government
No.
spends too
Listen to
much.
what I'm
That's
saying.
inflation.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
At that point, because corporations are always going to take shortcuts to profit, what shortcut do you think they take next? Or do you think they just say, "Hey, we're going to hire just as many, we're going to pay you just as much, we're going to give you just as many hours"? What do you think that there's not something coming to make sure that they still continuously profit?
First of all, we can get to that bridge. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. But as of right now, guess what? Those positions are going to have to be filled. So that construction company that I was talking about that didn't have 15 to 20 people show up on that government contract, guess what? That's 15 to 20 American citizens that I know for a fact are dying to get these jobs that's going to fill those positions now. And you can no longer, instead of paying him 15, you got to pay him the 30. Instead of paying him 20, you got to pay him the 40. And you got to give him the dental, and you got to give him the medical.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no more of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we focused on. All of that, trying to find the shortcuts, guess what? Their business, they don't want that to go belly up. They're going to hire people, bro. If you think they knock you out your motherfucking mouth.
I never. Hold on. I didn't say that they're not going to hire.
It's government jobs right now that are alerting and letting people know who they hired to not come to work on certain days or certain times because they're worrying about ICE coming down and running on them. Right
I
now.
got a government job, bro, so it's kind of hard for me to tell because you got to do a background check.
It's a lot of shit you gotta
It's
do.
a lot, no, bro. I have a government job, bro. It's a lot of things you got to go through. It's not as
You
easy
work
as-
for the city.
That's a government
job,
job.
it
nigga.
is. Yes,
You
it
know
is.
what a government contract is? If I have a construction company,
They're going to background check you.
I'm coming as me, the owner of the company. They're not background checking your whole crew, bro. If I come and I negotiate to get the contract, it's on me who to hire.
Whoever you hire, you do how you want to do.
Who's
it.
owning those companies?
That's who's doing the
Are
work.
you saying that illegal immigrants are owning the
No,
company?
they're not.
It's
They're
somebody
doing the work.
that's legal, or if they're not, it's somebody else
And who's
above
owning them?
that
The-
hires
what
somebody
I'm trying to get
legal.
at, it's the white person. That's typically a white person that's owning that company, right?
9 times out of 10.
So at what point are they going to start hiring the people that want to do the jobs that are legal citizens?
They're a co- dude,
Why
dude,
would I do that if I can pay you a fraction?
If I'm the white man,
of what I'm gonna pay them?
the white.
No,
but listen,
they don't realize they're saying
No,
what we're
we know
trying to
what
tell
we're
them
saying.
to say.
That one white person that's owning this company,
They
yes,
don't.
they're not going to alert something. But if ICE happen to comes and that white man's there, well, you think he finna try to save you?
No, I don't think you're going to try to save him.
He's going to deny like, oh, I didn't know he was a fucking
I
Of
import.
course,
just-
bro. But what I'm saying is, if they're not there for him to undercut you, he has to hire you now.
He has to. But again,
But
listen.
You're not getting hired as long as they're here.
CG, what if, all right, if he has to hire me, that means I have to be qualified, right? But how many niggas, no, let me finish. How many black men you know that really want those jobs that these immigrants really want to do?
A lot, nigga.
You a damn lot.
Bro, I've been in the oil. Are you dumb? I've been in the oil field down there 15 years, bro.
How many? bro.
I know plenty of niggas.
Y'all going on too much internet right now.
I know you niggas on the internet. I'm talking real life.
Nigga, I work just like
I
you.
know niggas who know because you feeding into the narrative
I'm
that
telling
niggas
you,
are
bro.
lazy and don't want to work.
If he can wake up tomorrow and they tell him, hey, go find 30 black men that want to work with you.
Hold on, pause.
that's gonna
Wait,
show
pause. He had a conversation about 4 to 5 months ago, and you can go and look, where he said that too many people that he tried to give handouts to for his specific job did not follow through.
Listen what I just said.
From my background, like niggas I know from the hood.
I said if he can go pick, if he can pick today and they can be working tomorrow.
But see, now you're creating.
CG.
How's he creating?
That's
He's
what they're
creating
doing with what
what
he
I'm
did.
saying is now he's creating
the
a
immigrants
narrative.
are not going through
Now
the
he's
legal process
no,
for
you're
it.
not getting what I'm saying.
You're
You
inflating.
didn't even let me finish.
No, you're inflating childhood friends that I want to look out for who just didn't reach their potential versus hardworking black men out here that are trying to get jobs but are not getting hired for a lot of different reasons.
I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to argue that point.
If you go to any of these staffing agencies, we can put a bet right now. We can all do it this weekend. 90 to 95% of them will be ran by Hispanics. 90 to 95 of them will probably get to telling you it ain't no work done. I mean, it ain't no work there to be filled. But if you sit there long enough, you're going to see people going in, getting contracts, and walking out. Going in, you know how I know? Because when I got out of prison, this is what I used to have to do because only the agencies would hire felons. So I done been to every staffing agency from here to Carson, to Compton, to Watts, to Santa Fe Springs, to Inglewood, to any major city. I done hit them all. I know how I operate.
So again, what your drive is your drive. Not everybody's doing it. I'm just speaking as a whole. A lot of people would have gave up and quit because at the end of the day, you can use this podcast. You just said, what's the average amount of episodes people do then they fall over?
I think he had that 20.
I forgot. You said it was 20, like 20 episodes.
Correct.
Hold on. So a lot of black people want to do podcasts. They don't even make it to 20 episodes. That shows a dedication to you. Not everybody has your same work ethics, bro. Because if it was that easy, a lot of us would be successful.
This ain't just black people, though.
I'm not saying black people. I'm just saying people that we know and which
this
people
what you missing. I wouldn't have had to go that far if it wasn't this amount of illegals being hired through there. So,
I understand that.
Imagine how
I
many
understand
cities
that.
I hit.
I get it.
Majority of the workers there were undocumented. 99% of your crew that you work with in these staffing agencies are gonna be Hispanic. And
What
I
I'm
guarantee
saying is
you more than
you
half of them
didn't
are
get
undocumented.
discouraged.
And
Most
that's
people-
irrelevant.
It's not about getting
If they
discouraged,
weren't-
nigga.
A lot of
Nigga,
people-
are you not listening?
A lot
Okay,
of people
let's
would.
take sports.
A lot of people
Let's
would
take
quit,
sports.
bro. I'm telling you.
No, let's
they
take
get
sports.
intimidated about what's going on.
Okay, cool.
around.
You
Go
coach, right?
For sure.
So let's remove holdbacks, right? Let's
Okay.
take holdbacks off Pop
All right.
Warner teams.
Let's go.
How many more kids would be able to make the teams that they quit or their parents pull them off of if those holdbacks had to go on with their age bracket? It's a lot of good talent that never sees the fucking field because you got a 2-year, 3-year holdback who realistically, if you would remove them and put them with their age group, they probably wouldn't see the field. But this kid would.
I understand what you're
So
saying.
that's
but
the
talent-
same thing with the
but I
staffing.
get. That was
a
Remove
good
these
point.
illegals. It's a lot of spots that a lot of hardworking
But at the
Americans
end of the day, talent
want
still,
to
but
fill
I'ma
those
say this,
spots, bro.
And I agree with you saying. So let's just use the holdback. But if I see the holdback is balling, and then I see the kid that's playing at his proper age, I'm gonna still show more love to that kid at his proper age because I know for a fact this kid is a year older than him, and he's just as good.
Sure, that's cap, man.
No, that's not
we,
fuck outta
we,
here.
we
Who
see
gonna
this-
start?
We see this shit with
Who's
sports.
gonna start?
Who's gonna start?
Off tops, my nigga, the holdback is gonna start.
Who's gonna get the NIL looks?
the NIL?
Who's gonna get the scouts?
No, the kid his age. The
No,
young
the
kid.
fuck he's not.
gonna be on that
Look at
sideline
the
drinking
holdback.
Gatorade
You know why?
playing.
He's just as good, bro. He's younger.
No, nigga.
Did we not just talk about?
No,
Did we not just talk about there's nigga? Did we just not talk about nigga when the youth wins?
This
Then we just
nigga
had this
is
conversation about quarterback. Nigga, we just talked.
Go to any
Did we just
sports
not
league.
talking about?
Y'all
Hold on.
did.
We
Go
just
to
talked
any
about
sports
youth.
league.
We just talked about youth not that long ago.
Go to any sports league.
Did we not just talk
They
about?
looking at the holdbacks,
I see
nigga.
niggas on the field big as me. We talking about, man, what the fuck is this nigga
Short
doing?
is cap,
Bro,
bro.
if you're young and balling out, nigga, you have more of a.
They
You're
won't
not seeing
even
the
get
field.
the field. That's what we saying. They won't even get the opportunity because
If
the
he's
holdback is
just as
starting.
good, and he's
not
younger,
seeing
He's
the
not
field.
even getting a chance to prove it in
If he's
practice.
just
He ain't
as-
starting,
Bro,
nigga.
if he's just
if your
as good,
kid make any one of these all-star teams that go to Florida, the coaches will tell
Yeah,
you
will.
if your son ain't a holdback, look, bro, we don't even want you to waste your
But I'm
money.
gonna tell you this:
He's
not
gonna see the
everybody's
field.
a holdback, bro. That's what I'm saying. There
This
are
nigga's
some
been through every
exceptions.
scenario in the world.
He didn't say everybody's a
I'm
holdback.
saying, bro.
I said
there's
if you
Give
go
me
to-
an example.
Most
they're
of the
not exceptions
stars
to the rules, though.
are holdbacks.
Yeah, I'm
Again,
I don't
you're
know
an
about
exception
football
to
like
the
that.
rules
So.
of what I'm trying to get
There
at, bro.
would need to
So
be an
you-
exception,
bro.
if we do it the right way. Is what
But
I'm
if
saying.
there was an exception, there wouldn't be stars and people like us motivating the masses, bro. Because there are exceptions to every rule. So you give glimmer of hope when you're the exception, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at with you. You're an exception to the rules. You didn't quit. You persevered through. Not everybody had that same
What
grit
the
about
fuck
you.
does that have to do with available
You
positions?
talk about perseverance,
Bro,
He's
there is not going to be
He's
perseverance.
saying I would have never had to
Niggas
hit.
don't even want, niggas get content. Niggas
What
don't
niggas?
want more.
What niggas? Because I know plenty of black men that's trying to work right
Black
now.
men and niggas are two different things, bro.
Bro, when we say niggas, we just talking about us in general.
All right.
We not
I
separating
mean,
the two.
no. Definitely, there will be more positions available for.
Listen,
for
if I
American
got a
citizens.
staffing
Say it
agency,
again. No, say that
No,
last
no,
word.
bro.
there will be more positions available for Americans,
Look.
citizens to compete. Like you'll still have to compete, black, white.
Yeah, you would.
You know, whoever's a citizen.
Let me
you have
say
to
this.
most
Okay, let me
qualified.
say this then. Like you said, I was at a staffing agency working there 6 months. I'm going hard, lifting boxes. I'm picking up, it's men and women that work there. I see the women carry one box. I pick up 4 just to help the women.
Facts.
It get to a point, they bring in a new worker. The new worker don't like the way I'm working. They complain. Me and one other black nigga from Compton, they get rid of both of us. They get rid of him one week. They tell me it's no work the next week. And now it's all everything else up in there
You're
at this
American
point.
citizen. You can file for wrongful termination.
No,
my nigga.
No,
Not
you're
that
not.
staffing
Not through an
agency.
agency. You
Oh.
can't, nigga. They
can
can
fire
say,
you for no
They can
reason.
say your
Oh.
contract is up. You're done working, and
Oh.
you're up out of there.
And you
What-
saying that's because you weren't Mexican?
Yes, nigga. That's
yes,
exactly what
more
it
or
was.
less, yes,
nigga.
nigga.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
Everybody's in
go
there.
to the
Everybody's-
Instagram page
I'm
right
not disagreeing
now.
with it. I just
Go to the Instagram page right now. Go to the pod page. Look at the hundreds and hundreds of comments of black men saying the same thing. I go to the staffing agencies. I go here. They're not hiring me. I look at the crews. They all Hispanic. 9 times
And
out
I
of 10,
combat that where by
most of
helping
them
step,
is
step
illegals.
up your levels of employment, whatever you can do. I go learn a different trade. Be more versatile where they hire you. I'm telling you, my nigga, that's what I did at my job, bro. I
But
don't know.
you deciphering
My
from the
nigga.
point.
No, but I'm
That's
saying,
not the point.
But I'm,
We're not
what I'm
saying.
saying,
We're not
what I'm
saying.
saying is, I didn't sit there and bitch and complain, bro.
You work for the city where it's impossible to be illegal. You need paperwork to do your job.
I understand
These
that,
men
but I didn't get.
are
That
working
wasn't my
in these
first job.
fields. It don't matter.
Hey, you think if they wanted to do your job, you would be in there?
If they wanted to do my job,
If they was allowed to work where you at, them niggas would kill you off right
Mexicans
there.
believe in nepotism. They help their family, bro. I'm not disputing what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I didn't get on with the city overnight, bro. I had to get other jobs. I went to different schools. I went to different trainings to build
Worked
up my
hard for it.
resume so I can be more hireable for the city
I
position.
agree. Okay,
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
But what you're missing is there's only so many
saying just to
slots
get a foot in the door.
available. No, what I'm saying is only so many slots available. If there's only 50 jobs available,
Okay.
and 40 of them are filled by illegals,
Illegals?
why the fuck would you want those 40 illegals gone and fill that 40 slots
with Americans?
With Americans.
I
How
get
is this even an argument?
It's not fair. I'm not saying that's fair.
No,
What
not
I'm-
fair. How is this even a debate?
It's not a debate. What I'm saying is, if you get in the door, then you got to do. It's up to you. It's your responsibility to get your folks in.
What?
Pass the word, my nigga. You're saying listen, bro. What you're doing is you're stating the problem. I'm
My
giving a
nigga.
solution. I'm just saying, my nigga.
How much pull do niggas have in positions like that where they barely got in?
Nigga, plenty. If you get in that position and try to get promoted, nigga, whatever you need to do, nigga, get
If I-
promoted.
Niggas don't
would've
get
got-
promoted in those positions.
Sure, let me ask you this. If
I'm
I
telling
wouldn't,
you- all right,
sure,
I
if
don't
I,
know, my nigga.
sure, let me ask you this.
Go
If I
ahead.
wouldn't got everything I needed to work with you, would you be able to put me in?
Hell yeah, I would, bro. Y'all laugh at my.
All right.
No, I'm dead ass, bro. Because listen,
You've been there for a while, no?
I've been there for a while, nigga. I've been there for
My
almost 10 years,
nigga.
bro. Listen, you already know how I get down.
This
But I've been there
nigga's
for 10 years, bro, and I got pulled with the supervisor or at least HR. Homie, off tops, look for this name up when they take the test. And what I'm gonna do is for the test, I'm gonna give you the answers to what to study for. That's what you're supposed to do, bro.
Are you is supposed to do that? But
That's what you're supposed to do, my nigga. That's what I'm saying.
But
You can't help
that's
everybody.
but that's only because I know you. But now go to
Bro, if you was to
a
have-
point of
no,
some,
no, no.
Now
Des.
to somebody to a point that don't know you,
Des,
what you
hold
gonna
on.
do?
Listen. If you was to be like, hey, bro, the homie from my hood need help. He trying to get in where you at. Off of your word alone, because you my nigga, I'm going to look out for
I
him. I
agree.
don't even know him.
But this is what I'm saying from a man that's not trying to depend on nobody. He's just going through the steps of trying to get in.
That's not the world we live in, bro.
I know, but he doesn't know nobody. and it's only certain amount of slots. They know people, and they got up
I
in
get
there. He went through all the right shit and couldn't get in.
All you can do is shoot your shot. You can't help if you make it or miss it. You got to shoot your
I'm
shot.
gonna tell you like this, bro. I never said it's gonna be fair. I never said it had to be even. All I'm saying is get the illegals out and let the citizens fight for those slots. Then everything you saying, that's when it kicks in. But people are doing everything you're saying, and it's not mattering because I'm only looking at my overhead. Him, he has to have dental, medical. He get hurt on the job. That's workers' comp. And I got to pay him the high wage. Him, he's illegal. I don't got to give him none of that shit. And I'm going to pay him half of what I'm paying him. It's a no-brainer.
I understand that from a financial
For me, there's no arguing at that point. Everything you saying applies when you're going against other Americans. Okay, now that's where that comes in. But that's when your skill come in. That's when you drive and all of that. But when all of that, you're doing all of that, but it's being chopped down because the nigga's only looking at his overhead and he don't even care about your skill set. I got a problem with that.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is you still can't let that defeat you. And what I'm trying to say is,
give him some motivation, Short.
We never
you want
said
to do because I have nothing to do with the point.
What I'm saying is crazy, homie. If you can't get on with a job, create a job, bro. It's always ways of income, bro. If you learn to trade, bro, you ain't got to work for a company. Work for yourself, and then try to get on with a company with the benefits and all that type of shit, bro. It's side gigs you can do to get there until you want to get to your position, homie. That's all I'm gonna say. You want to be a truck driver, you can be your owner operator. You can work for a company. Or you can go off and get your own truck and we can lease and then you can pay it back.
So where do they get the money?
That's all
I was just about to say, you can go through a company, lease the truck from there, take it out your paycheck while you're working for them because you're an owner operator and you can start for your own. Once you own that truck, then you can branch off and do your ways. It's research, bro.
The average citizen is living paycheck to paycheck.
What I'm saying is when you lease a truck, homie, they will take it out. It's like taxes. They'll take it out your check while you're working for them. Okay,
cool.
And
no, we get that.
Pay it off. You can be a business owner.
We
What
get
I'm
that.
trying to get is ways around it.
We get that. But while they're in trucking school and doing all that to lease the truck, rent's coming, lights coming, kids gotta eat.
You gotta sell dope. You gotta find a way, bro. What I'm trying to say, you nigga.
So you said risk your freedom.
You gotta do the wrong things for the right reasons.
Okay, do the crime that Cali don't think is a crime, and maybe you won't go to jail. Y'all share, like, subscribe to the channel. We gonna get out of here, man. America first. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Fuck your feelings. It's America's first, man. By way or no way. Bang.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest when they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.